All right, guys, we're the Sane Society. You have myself, Jochik, Justman, and Jagad. And this is our year-end movie review for 2022.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen our mid-year review, which we'll probably go into more detail for the movies that we talked about then, I'll put it down in the description so you guys can go check that out. It was a Spotify only, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't have video up at the time, so
Nope.
how far we've come.
Yeah,
You know, in half a year. So we're gonna do a little top 10, but before we get into that, we'll do some honorable mentions
Yeah,
that could have been top 10.
yeah.
for sure. Who wants to start?
Yeah, so one of the movies, I guess, could be in the top 10. It's rough, but Emancipation. It's on Apple TV,
Yeah.
Okay.
starring Will Smith, and
Okay.
it's about slavery, but it's about like this it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So it's about Peter and him like surviving the camps, or trying to, and then like Abraham Lincoln like freed them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the process of them actually getting freed, because it didn't actually just happen like right at once,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
because there were still like camps and stuff that were still treating them like shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you see like whatever, like, but like overall as a film, it's nothing like too crazy, I guess, because like based on history you can't really like critique it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like what the reason why I want it in my like could be in the top 10 is just because Will Smith's portrayal.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like Will Smith's like, you know him from like Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
and like he's very, and even like Men in Black, like, you know, he's like the same guy
Mm-hmm.
in a sense, you know what I mean? Like he kind of plays the same character like
Mm-hmm.
mostly, and then I think it's Pursuit of Happiness where like you actually get to see him like more emotional and like
In like a serious role.
serious role.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
in
yeah.
this, like, he even has like a heavy, thick accent, and like you don't, like, if you didn't know who Will Smith was,
Yeah.
you would kind of be like, oh, I want to see who this actor is. Like, I want to like see what other roles.
Do you think
he's
it
done.
redeems him from the slap?
I don't honestly, like, yeah. Like, I don't even think the slap was that big of a thing,
Yeah.
to be honest. So. But I just yeah. And then the other thing is the director. I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
they did the film in like a kind of like a black and white, like grayish tone thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't complete black and white, because there was little bits of color like in the on
Yeah.
the leaves and stuff, and like, so it was kind of cool, because
Do
I
you-
like that idea of it.
Of black and white.
Yeah.
Are you just saying that because you're a Snyder fan?
But I mean, okay, well, even Logan,
Yeah.
when you watch like
No,
Logan,
yeah,
you watch Logan
Logan
in like
in-
the noir version.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it still hits. So like, and you don't
Yeah.
get to see too many movies
that do that.
that do, and especially
Yeah.
like not like with like
That's true.
today's technology and stuff.
Yeah.
It like it actually worked with the film. So like,
Okay.
yeah, it could be up there. But like I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
Really, but it wasn't like it was still worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's like number 3 on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Smile on my honorable mentions.
Oh damn.
So it's
Okay.
not in my top 10,
Yeah.
but I did enjoy the movie and it was considered to be in my top 10 at one point. You know, it's a horror movie with the
Yeah.
the unexpected horror movie. Like nobody was expecting it to be like as good as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it really kind of came out of left field.
I really like it. Yeah. I think even like the marketing team went crazy with
yeah,
that.
marketing
Yeah,
team did
yeah,
go
yeah,
crazy.
no,
They
they
spent
did.
so much money on
yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
I want to know how much those people were paid to just stand
Just stand there and
and
Probably
smile.
nothing, bro. They're just
What?
like, yo, just stand there. Smile.
No man, you're doing,
Nah,
dude. They're doing that
getting
for like
paid, bro,
hours or
for
like in the
sure,
day.
you're getting
Hours,
paid.
not hours.
They were
bro.
at games, just
Yeah.
standing there smiling throughout the whole game.
Well, Not
Nah,
the
sure.
entire game, bro.
Not-
you can't
yeah,
do
maybe
yo,
not the
physically.
entire-
That's probably not even possible.
I mean, fuck. If I trained the
No,
shit
your
off
shit
of
cramps.
Yeah, you
I'd say
said-
after an
He
hour.
said if I trained.
that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like after an hour smiling like that hard, you're like, bro, it's over.
I don't know.
You
Yeah.
can't
I
go
mean, that's what I
longer
mean.
than
Like,
that.
I wonder how long they were doing it or how much
It
they're
was
getting paid
probably
for
whenever
that.
the
It was
camera
probably
panned to
the
them.
camera pans to them. They
Yeah.
smile.
Like obviously because
Mm.
mid game,
I saw-
mid
I
game,
mean-
bro, like the game's going on, they're not smiling. Game stops, okay, they like can now start
Mhm.
smiling.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people talking about how like they were just standing there like for such a long time, like excessively long.
Mm.
So it wouldn't like, I mean, whatever.
Or they had like some numbing cream or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I,
fair.
I just felt like the third act of that movie just kind of fell
Fell
flat
off.
compared
Mm.
to like what we got in the first two acts.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
What would, I mean, do we even rate our honorable mentions?
I'm not gonna rate my honorable
Yeah.
mentions.
Okay, we'll leave it. What's your honorable mention?
Okay, my honorable mention is Prey.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
That's actually
solid.
that
actually
was actually one of my other ones.
Yeah.
So you
I
just
wish
should've
like
stole
I
that
would have
shit.
included it in my honorable mention. Shit,
Yeah, it's
I
Prey.
should have.
Yeah.
I might have to just take out Emancipation and put that there.
That there. Yeah. Well.
Actually, no. You know what?
no,
No.
okay,
no,
okay,
I
yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's tough.
I had like, yeah. The reason why it's not in my top 10 is because the issues I had with the movie,
Yeah.
and like,
If you guys don't know, go to Spotify.
yeah,
So-
Check our
yeah,
mid-year.
and I go in depth on why I didn't like certain things about the movie, but it was shot really beautifully, and the cinematography was really good. So,
Yeah. And like I mean the story, like as part of the Predator and Aliens
Yeah.
series, I think was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
yeah,
And I think like that was like the only like little problem, in my opinion.
but it was
with-
like a huge problem
Yeah.
for me.
That's
yeah.
fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Okay,
your-
my second honorable mention, I have Turning Red, I believe.
yeah,
Okay.
I believe like
I'm
no,
tryna-
it's called Turning Red, bro.
No. I mean, like, I believe that's my second.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't
Like,
know the
you don't
order.
know the order?
I don't know the order I
Okay.
put my
Yeah,
honorable
yeah.
mentions in.
Okay.
So I think it was my second one.
yeah,
Just 'cause it's kind of like the animated version of what Everything Everywhere All at Once was achieving, and like for kids.
yeah,
Okay.
But I think it's very like it's very based on your audience, where like it revolves around this girl,
yeah,
Mhm.
right? So like me watching it, I was kind of just like it's kind of like a coming to age movie for
Right.
like young kids and stuff.
Okay.
But like animation standpoint, it was crisp.
yeah, bro. And also, first ever animated sang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's kind of.
That's cool. That's cool.
Does that not put it top 10?
No, I mean that's why it's like weird 'cause like if I was to rate it, like I'd give it like an 8.5 or something,
Yeah.
and it could be in my top 10. But
Okay.
like for me, it wasn't doing like I wasn't too invested in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the overall theme that it was talking about, and
Yeah.
like letting people kind of be themselves and not
Yeah.
do what their parents
Right.
are, right? Like
Right.
you're like, okay, that's actually really cool. Like I gotta show that to my kids or something. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like an honorable mention 'cause like it just didn't hit home for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's nice enough that like I know it hit home for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you took Prey from me,
Yeah.
and I didn't put any animated movies in my top 10,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put JJK0.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
What do you mean, damn?
I wouldn't even put it in there. That's great. I mean,
Like in an honorable mention or in your top 10?
not either.
Either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
'Cause I mean, it was a great movie,
It
but
was.
again, like, I mean, we've read JJK.
So
It's not a movie.
it was released theatrically, was it not?
But like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not meant to be a movie, right?
But it was released in the cinemas.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
made to be a movie. It had a movie runtime. It had a cast. It was animated.
No, but it didn't feel like a movie. Do you know what
Shall I
I'm saying?
mention more?
Yeah, no, it's
What?
all good.
What?
It's all good.
It was a movie though.
Yeah,
It did
no,
release
I
as a
know.
movie, so
It released as a movie, but again, like,
But it wasn't in the sense of like when you're like, bro, that was a movie, bro.
yeah, like you don't expect like,
like
it,
you know when people are
it
like,
doesn't carry itself as a movie. Like you,
I mean,
And, like, I
animation wise, it does.
I mean, okay, like, I mean, like it looked crisp and everything, but I mean, like the storyline wise, it like, I had other people also talk like they came out of that movie like, what the fuck was that movie? And you're like, bro, what? Like,
Bro, it was
like the movie
great.
was sick,
it was great.
Yeah.
but like just
You
as
just
a
said
movie,
it. The movie was sick.
Yeah.
So like, period.
No, no, like it was sick, but like it's not a movie, like really. If you
But
read
it released as a movie, so like
Yeah.
I'm considering it a movie, right?
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's fair.
So it's an
Yeah.
honorable mention.
Yeah,
Plus, you know me, I'm a JJK.
Yeah, of course,
Like,
of course,
What
of
the
course,
fuck?
of
What do you
'cause
mean?
I was gonna do the same thing. I was about to put it in my honorable mention, but then I was like, nah, I can't.
Why?
I mean, the other two movies I listed for honorable mentions were pretty good.
Okay.
So
Like, you know,
my second honorable mention is Black Adam.
I solid.
Wait, that could have potentially been in your top 10.
I was like, what other movies came out?
You know what's
this
crazy?
year?
That's crazy.
You know what's crazy? I don't even know if that's in my top 10.
Really? I
What?
thought it was top 10 for sure.
I thought it was for sure. in your
Yeah,
top
crazy,
I'm
10.
like,
huh?
bro, it's in your top 5.
I'm about to
That's crazy.
spoil myself.
Nah, don't even look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
trying to think of other movies that came out. Yeah, I'd say probably Black Adam.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I can't think of another movie that would.
Why would you put it in your top 10?
Just because it's DC, honestly.
Yeah.
Or potentially
Yeah,
your top 10.
Potentially, like it would have
Yeah.
been like the thing is, I remember before I had rated it higher with the
Mhm.
whole like Superman cameo at the end.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
that doesn't mean shit. I'm like, hey, fuck this.
It kind of fucks with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
I know
fucks with
100%. It's a fucking 6 out of
Word.
10 movie, bro.
Okay, it's not a 6 out of 10.
It's a
but
6 out of 10 movie.
no, that's fair.
He
It's
might
a
be
6 out of
spitting.
10. It's a 6 out of 10
He
movie,
might
bro.
be spitting.
It's
Let him
a
cook.
6 out of 10
No,
movie,
honestly,
bro.
like
Let him cook.
I wish I got the chance to.
And that annoying little kid, nah.
Let him
6 out of
cook.
10
Let
movie.
him
chill,
cook.
chill,
6 out of
man.
10 movie.
You
bro.
cooking the wrong dish, bro. Yeah, no, that's fair. I didn't even put it in my honorable mentions or any of that. So
Really?
it's like it's crazy that you did. Like I'm
'Cause
happy
I
you did.
maybe, like, you know, maybe I just didn't watch.
It's
movie.
okay. The thing is, I'd rate it higher. Like certain movies, I rated higher, but
Mhm.
just
Didn't
with how
make-
it felt with me
Yeah.
is how it did on my list.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Right?
agree
makes
with that
sense.
Too. I agree with that too.
So like,
So what's your third honorable mention?
so it's The Menu,
Okay.
which is and it's, I don't know. Like while I was watching it, it was weird because The Menu is essentially like, you're on an island and there's a restaurant there and the chef's like top tier chef, like only people that are like the wealthiest of wealthiest can like get there.
Right.
And you're kind of seeing a bunch of people from like different like ways of life, I guess, there.
Yeah.
And they're all talking about like you have one person who's like a food critic and she's like talking about all this stuff, and then she's actually having dinner with the magazine editor or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you have like, I guess, like the main character in a sense who's a foodie who like
yeah.
posts shit on Instagram or whatever,
Right.
and he's just like noticing all like the little undertones and stuff of the food that they're eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have, what is it, like
Cause
a husband and wife that just they've been there like the 11th or 12th time, like they just go
it's like a
just 'cause.
satire, right? On like.
It's like a
the
dark
horror
comedy.
genre.
It's like
No?
weird, yeah, like because you can
Yeah.
feel like a little bit of suspense and like horror aspects of it,
Right.
but it doesn't go far enough to actually like warrant it.
Yeah.
But you're kind of sitting there like what am I watching right now? Because he starts giving dishes, and it's like they talk about it like really well, how like people aspire to be perfect but they never really achieve perfection,
Yeah.
and like everyone's like that. So you're watching the movie
But
and
perfection is boring.
you're watching this top tier chef, and he's like
Yeah.
he like fell out of love of like actually cooking and stuff,
Right.
and their whole like, I guess just like I'm gonna spoil the movie for you guys.
Dun 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 dun.
But like he basically like he's like, yo, like you are all dying tonight, like you guys are all dying tonight, and
Yeah.
you guys are about to be like my masterpiece of like the last thing that I make type of thing.
So he makes food out of them.
no, like it's not, that's the thing, it's not even like like you think it'd go and like reach cannibalism levels,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. It's like
So how do they die? They all die.
well, he turns them into s'mores. Like he puts fucking like marshmallows and shit all around them, puts like
Yeah.
a chocolate hat on them,
yeah.
and you get like this shot from the top, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you looked at it, it looked like the way like restaurants like make your dish for like food,
Right.
with like little sprinkle of like what is it, like leaves and like caramel and stuff
Right,
like that, and just
right,
like make
right.
it look nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
The presentation.
yeah, so you see
Yeah.
it from the top view and you're like, yo, that could actually that looks like a dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just sets himself on fire and like all his
What
staff and
the
everyone, and like
They all just die.
yeah, like
that's the
it's
end
just
of the
it's
movie.
so yeah,
What
it's
the
weird, but it's
fuck?
weird though, because like you're watching it and you're like where is this going? And it's not like personally I'm like, yo, like this isn't a good movie. Like I'd probably give it like a 7. But when you think about like just what I was talking about as like society and what
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
in that term, it was like, yo, it was really nice. So like
N-
that it's in my honorable mention.
No
just 'cause of
way.
that.
That Glass Onion is higher than that movie.
It's not even in my top 10.
Okay, good.
I was gonna honorable mention it just for you,
Oh yeah.
but no, I didn't.
I.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
Nope.
Okay.
See, that was about it being honorable mention.
Oh.
It's
yeah.
it's tough, man. It's tough.
I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
so it's just literally that. If you guys want more details, Spotify.
I mean, like I remember like for our mid-year review, we were a little
Yeah.
bit harsh on Nope,
Yeah, we were.
I'm still
But-
harsh on it.
but I think like looking back, it's
I'm putting Glass Onion in my top 10
Wow.
just to fuck with you.
Wow. Bro.
no, but yeah, like Nope, like just after sitting back and looking at Nope
Yeah.
and like what Jordan Peele tried to do, it's like I can commend him on that.
Yeah.
Even though like
Just 'cause he tried
even
it,
though we
Just
feel,
because he tried it doesn't mean that it's like, because the execution wasn't there,
Again, yeah,
means
so
it's not
even though
good.
we
Just because he
felt-
tried it, you can't
even
just
though
be
we
like,
felt
yo,
it fell shallow of like where we expected it to go.
sure.
Other people watching it could have been like, like that hit home. Like that's exactly like right, because like there were so many
Yeah.
people raving about it, right? And like
100%.
But there was also like a ton of people that were
Shitting
saying
on
what
it.
we were
no,
saying,
100%.
yeah, exactly.
right?
So that's why like I can understand the honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
That makes complete sense. 'Cause I think we rated it like a 6.57. Like we didn't even
Yeah.
rate it that high.
We didn't.
No, we
Like that's
didn't.
crazy. Yeah. Let's see what yours is.
So my honorable mention is Avatar 2.
Oh, it's not even top 10. It's not even top 10. Oh.
Yo.
Oh.
No, the thing is, bro, like, hold on.
Yo, can
bro.
I switch spots with you?
Damn, bro.
Yo,
No,
hold
I
on.
should switch spots with him, bro. He needs to be on this third world country couch.
Hold on, bro. I think is
That's wild. There's no way. You're joshing
Say
me.
something.
I don't know what
You're
to say. I
joshing
don't know
me,
what
bro.
to say, bro.
You're joshing me.
Like
You're telling me you have 10 movies higher than Avatar 2 this year?
that. Okay, the thing is, of those 10,
Say something.
of those 10, one of them for sure I know I'm gonna get fucking hate for,
Okay, that's fine.
but it's my bottom of the top 10. Like it could have
Okay.
been, it could have been here.
So why
But
is
it-
so why
it's-
isn't
it's-
Avatar 2 in it?
Again, it was just the, like, all I had going for it was the visuals, bro.
Okay.
And we discussed this
That's fair.
discussed this in our review about like the
That's fair.
plot issues and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at other movies,
Yeah.
or maybe other movies on the list,
Yeah.
they do something way more like deeper or meaningful. I feel than
Okay.
this movie that's kind of just rehashing the first movie,
Yeah. I mean,
right?
James Cameron did come out saying that the first two movies were just set up.
Okay.
And obviously it feels that way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
But I can understand, like, because for me, it was tough seeing where I was going to put it in my whole, like, I didn't know if I wanted it top 5,
yeah.
top 10,
yeah.
or, like, even in my top 10.
No,
it
because
was
like
weird.
the other movies, some of them I rated based off the fact
Crazy.
like after I'd watched the movie, I was still thinking
about the movie.
Whereas I'm gonna be honest,
That's fair.
I completely forgot about Avatar till he started talking.
Yo.
Like look at my
Yeah.
list. Look at my list real quick. Look
No,
at my
it's
honorable
fine.
mentions. It's not even on
No,
there.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yo.
That's why. Yeah. Okay.
I'm about to rate it number 1 on my fucking
All
list.
good,
No,
bro.
'cause
All good.
I-
Just to,
look, is it even on there, bro? Is it anywhere on there?
it was genuinely not
not.
on this guy's list.
exactly because I completely forgot
Damn,
about it,
bro.
bro. And I mean that's saying something, no?
Yeah. I mean, we know, like we talked about it in our review how
Yeah.
like generic the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some.
Yeah, but like so was the first one. Yeah, we still
Yeah,
think
we still
highly
like-
of that
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. I still really like the way James Cameron did it, especially with the behind the
But,
scenes
like,
stuff that he had to
I-
do to actually
yeah.
get it as realistic as he could.
But if the
Mhm.
And it-
first one had come out now, it would not have done as well. It was just
I don't
because of how
know, man.
groundbreaking it was at the time.
I watched it recently and it was
Yeah.
still really good. And then that's like something that's in 2009 and it was
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
again like the stories are generic,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like just like I think it's like the fact that he can create a whole world like not based like not really like it's not superheroes or anything taken from any books or like Harry
Okay.
Potter, like none of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually creating this whole world like himself
Yeah.
with this franchise, so it's kind of like you can give him some more props for that.
For that, yeah,
Mhm.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
like it's honorable mention. Like easily could have got
Yeah.
into top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Am I? Yeah, it sucks. That's hurting.
That's
But,
crazy, bro.
I mean,
You're crazy.
How you not gonna
I
have
probably am. I
Yo.
probably am.
this makes sense why Glass Onion's not in your top 10
Why?
because Avatar's not even in your top 10.
Okay. Yeah.
He just doesn't know movies.
He
I
doesn't
guess
know
not.
movies, man.
I guess not.
No, just kidding.
Is
We should
your- is
we
your-
should
like,
replace him.
is
Maybe
your-
he is the weakest link.
Yo.
I'm kidding.
Yo.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, so I think in the start of my top 10.
Oh shit, we're getting into it.
Yeah.
Ah
okay.
shit.
This is kind of a little bit of bias for me. though.
Number 10 slot.
Yeah.
I had Intergalactic,
Oh.
Kid
yeah.
Cudi's animated
Huh.
film.
No wonder you chose to wear what
Kid
you're wearing
Cudi.
today.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
Kid
And
Cudi
also
merch.
said
Yeah.
JJK and was in the movie. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something.
No, but it was like because the style of it was kind of like
Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the
Yeah, no,
Spider-Verse.
for sure was.
And like I had some issues with the animation,
Yeah.
and there were like moments where like it didn't look as clean as I would want it, but I don't know if that was just the animation style.
Yeah.
So it was fine, but like just like the concept of it also being an album and him rolling out the album through the movie.
Through the movie, yeah, that's cool.
It kind of like it just added to like the overall scheme of the movie, like
yeah, and like elevated.
because you're kind of just because you're really just watching this guy who's trying to balance work and life and like
Yeah.
a girl that he
Yeah, yeah,
so it's like honestly like there's not too much to the movie
yeah.
in that sense, but like I just really like the album concept.
Like you just
of
enjoyed it, bro.
Yeah,
that's
it
fair
was
enough,
just-
bro.
like, this
You
is
enjoyed
purely
the movie,
biased,
You
like-
enjoyed it, bro.
And then what'd you rate it out of 10?
like a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah, like it wasn't like maybe it could be an 8 because like I watched it twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did watch it twice, but like I think it was literally just the album aspect of it to me, like that really hit hard for me because like
yeah, yeah. Okay.
like it's kind of like when you watch a music video for for a song
yeah,
and you notice things that you wouldn't have noticed
with just the soundtrack.
with just the
Yeah,
soundtrack,
no,
right?
that makes sense.
So it made that album bang more for me.
Right.
So then
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
and vice versa. So like yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
I really liked it. And then I think the voice acting was pretty nice too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. At the number 10 slot, I have Chachik's favorite movie,
Oh wow.
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion.
Okay, so
Damn.
so Glass Onion would have been in my top 10.
Yeah.
Well, so why wasn't it an honorable mention then?
Huh? No. Like I mean, even honorable mention, but
Yeah.
like I was like looking at it and I'm like, yo, this is actually like a 6.5 movie, like maybe like a 7.5 movie. Like it was in that range because
Yeah.
I was just there was like just questions being brought up about like what Ryan Johnson's doing because okay, like one in particular shot is when you have who's that girl that's in bed with Edward Norton's character
Oh,
Whiskey.
yeah.
So you see Batista look at her.
yeah.
Then you have the retelling of the events, and you see what is it, Daniel Craig's character
Yeah.
look at Batista.
Yeah.
But then you have the same shot again, and you have Andy's character
Here, look at
behind.
him. Yeah.
And it was kind of just like because like the way that he did the shot,
yeah.
you would have
Seen all.
You
of them.
would've seen all of them.
100 feet. You would've
And
seen
you
all
don't
of
see
them.
any of them. And it kind of just made it seem like
they're just throwing shit together.
yeah,
And
like
he's
like
just tooting his
like
own horn. Yeah.
not tooting his own horn, but like in like the way that you were saying it last, like when we did the full review,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it kind of brought it down a little bit, and then also just like, I mean, obviously like the whole final act was kind of like shit, and
Yep.
it's like you can
Yep.
appreciate the film for like what it is,
Yeah.
but like as like from an objective standpoint, just like
Yeah.
as an actual like movie on its own, you're not gonna go back and like actually watch it and enjoy it the same way.
Damn.
But I feel like that
Yeah.
comes down to the fact of like the type of movie it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah,
mystery.
yeah.
So once you
100%.
figure it out,
Yeah,
you're gonna go back there. But yeah, I gave it a 7.6.
yeah, 7.6.
Yeah.
Oh, 7.6.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Damn. So my top 10
Uh,
is 10th spot is Nope. Bitch.
Yo,
Send it back to him.
you have Nope in there,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
dude. Okay,
So
so you have Nope over Avatar 2.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And again,
Okay.
it's because like how even after the movie was done,
We
like
talked about it.
yeah, and I talked to other people about like the portrayal of everything in the movie, and like I realized after that part of it was like, I guess you could say like your preconceived notions of the movie, and then if
Yeah.
you go into the movie without any of that, like if you're expecting too much out of the movie,
Yeah.
then that's you disappointed yourself, and
Yeah.
like that comes down to anything, right?
And that also comes into what he was trying to explain with Nope.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. So then
Like-
it's even more
like
it's
it, like,
even,
goes
it gets
into
even
it.
more meta, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's and
Yeah.
I give it a like a 7.5.
Yeah,
say.
I felt the same way. Like just looking back at Nope, I was like, okay, we were probably too harsh on it.
Yeah,
You
no,
gave it a
100%.
7 out of 10.
last time.
Well,
Or-
I'm looking at your
yeah,
list
yeah.
right now.
So
Yeah.
7.5.
Like
That's
I
where I'm
definitely
at.
think we were too harsh on it,
Yeah.
but I still think the problems that we had brought up were still like there's some of them
No,
are
100%.
still relevant.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Like, I think like the biggest thing was that like the creature itself, like it's so high tech and stuff, but it can't see people.
Yeah,
like,
no,
distinguish
for
between.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
like certain things you're kind of just.
but I
like,
really, I liked it that it was like the reverse of Jaws.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen Jaws.
What?
Yeah,
All right.
I heard it. I mean,
All right. And you were saying we should replace me?
Yo, maybe he is the
Yeah,
weakest.
yeah.
why would
bro.
I was Jaws good?
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, crazy. I don't know.
Yo,
I don't know.
what? What?
Yeah, stop.
What?
Hey man, you don't be touching goats. Leave them
Bro.
alone.
I don't even gotta say nothing.
Yo, I
Y'all
don't-
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, okay, that's crazy. Maybe I'll watch Jaws. I don't know.
How have you not seen Jaws?
When did it come out? I think I was too young when it first came out,
Yeah,
and then I
but
just
we
never went
watched
back
it
and
in,
watched
We
it.
watched it in the at school, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I probably did watch it. And it just went out my head. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But
So what's your number 9 spot?
I gotta take a look at the list again
All right.
because I might have to change it.
What?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
Um,
This guy changing his list on the spot.
no. I was thinking about it, but Violent Night.
Yeah.
Violent Night's it was actually really good. Like watching the trailer, I didn't have high hopes for it,
Yeah.
and then just in general, I was just like, man, like it's just another Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then like actually watching the movie, I was like, okay, you know what, like, cause when you expect a Christmas movie, then you're kind of like it met those expectations.
Yeah.
But also like I don't remember the last time I actually watched like
A Christmas
an
movie.
actual Christmas movie,
Yeah.
like Home Alone and stuff. But like
Die Hard.
a lot of those Christmas movies are just like they're for kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like family friendly, like Christmas movie, and like
Harold
you'll
and
watch
Kumar's
it.
Christmas.
You'll watch it for like nostalgia and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But this one was like it was nice because it like you have Santa being OP, like not too OP, like he's not having like magical powers where he's like fucking people up, but he's like they bring it back to where he's like a Norseman back in the day,
Yeah.
and he used to swing a hammer,
Yeah.
and like you're watching him kind of like get back into his like roots of like being like a warrior,
Yeah. Okay.
and then like you see him with his hammers fucking shit up.
yeah.
But then you see like the other main character, she's this little girl who like made a gingerbread cookie for him,
right.
and she's doing like a whole Home Alone thing where she's setting
Yeah.
up traps and shit,
Yeah.
and she's fucking up these people because like essentially like what the story's about is that this family's having dinner together, like Christmas, everything, right?
Right.
Presents and whatever, and then people pull up with guns and
Yeah.
they're like, we know that you have like $3 million or 150 million, some shit, like some absurd
amount of
number
money. Yeah.
in her vault or something, because I think she's like a senator,
Yeah.
this like grandma, she's a senator.
Yeah.
And then they come because they're trying to get that, and then she's like, oh, like I have a whole squad that's gonna pull up, like an executive squad that like if they don't like, because like you trip the alarm,
Right.
they're gonna show up, and their response time's like 5, you could say like 50 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, like however long for the movie,
Yeah.
for like the story to progress.
Right.
They pull up and it turns out they're the ones who actually like they're in on it,
Oh. Okay,
and they're trying to steal her money too.
Right. And then
But-
Santa Claus comes
So,
and saves her.
but then Santa Claus like he's like he's drinking at a bar, he's drunk as shit,
Yeah.
and he's just kind of going around dropping presents off, eating cookies,
Yeah.
and then he ends up eating cookies at that house.
Yeah.
Like prior to all that stuff happening,
Yeah.
and he passes out like after because he has some like really good ass rum.
Yeah.
Like on like the table,
right.
takes that and just passes the fuck out, and then I think like the gunshots or something wakes him up, and then he's about to dip because like, yo, fuck this shit, like I don't want to be a part of this.
Do they explain how he gets from house to house?
Yes, well he has his reindeer.
Okay.
He does have his reindeer,
And they
but
just-
he doesn't actually have powers like like insane powers.
Yeah.
He's like a regular guy. Like you're seeing him get cut
Yeah.
and like bleed and all that.
Yeah.
And then the only actual power I guess you could really say that he has is like he presses his nose and he goes up a chimney. And the really cool ass thing about this is like I think it's like the way he kills one of the people,
Yeah.
the guy's holding on to him. He does this and he goes up the chimney, and because he's magic, he goes up. The other guy, his bones and everything just break as he's going up.
That's
So,
fucking
and because
sick.
and so when he gets up, like the blood just splatters everywhere,
Yeah.
and his body's just like a little thing, and he just chucks
Yeah.
it. And but like it's that gory.
Yeah.
This is a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and it's got that Home Alone stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then even that girl, like she's learning, like it's being like, oh, like Santa's really real when you're
Right.
older. Like you
Right.
like you don't believe in Santa, but he's real.
Yeah.
So it's like it's still hitting like those notes of a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's probably something you'd want to watch on a yearly basis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like just for that, like it's top 10. Like
Okay.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the number 9 slot, I got Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
That scratched your top 10?
It scratched my top 10.
But Black Adam didn't.
Damn. Dude, you can't even, bro.
Okay, damn.
Don't
dude.
don't even, okay? Don't.
That's
even.
actually wild. Okay. Is that
I'm
is
gonna
it-
storm
is there-
off of this
is there
podcast.
is there a bias? Is that why?
Partially, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I generally did like the Black Panther storyline and
Yeah.
everything
Mm.
more than like
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Well, I mean, these other films.
the
that we
other
talked about.
Yeah.
the other MCU films and
Yeah.
this one also just, you know, 'cause of the Chadwick Boseman stuff, it held a little bit of a
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you rank it?
Uh,
Like
a
like
7,
rating out
8,
of 10.
7, 8.
Okay.
Dude,
7.8.
Dude.
Kona
7.8.
Brisa, bro.
Huh?
I'm telling
No
you,
man.
Kona
Yo,
Brisa
Black Panther.
slaps,
Yeah,
bro.
that wasn't even in my top 10. You honorable mentions none of that.
Well, I mean, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch our
You're just
review.
a hater, my guy.
Yeah.
It's not.
a
Yo,
7.8.
it's not a good movie.
7.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a good movie. And
If it's I mean, you got your bias with it, so it's fair.
yeah. I mean, it's not as much as a Black Adam bias as you have, but
Yeah.
It's not even in my top 10.
no, I mean, I'm just
It's not
saying.
even in my
No, I'm just saying.
Don't even. Yo,
I didn't say it was
that
in
means you
your
have
top.
more bias because it's in your top 10.
I didn't say it was in your top 10. But I know, I also think it's a good movie,
Okay.
Yeah.
bitch.
I don't know. That's so crazy. All right. I don't.
Is it
I'm not-
crazy? Is it crazier than having fucking Avatar in your honorable mentions?
No, it's not.
All right.
It's all good, bro.
What you got?
So my number 9 spot is the Sea Beast.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's an animated
films,
film,
baby.
The Sea Beast.
Yeah.
And bro, I just enjoyed that movie so much. It's like of course we're hardcore One Piece fans,
Yeah.
but it's just about like pirates on the sea and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they're chasing after like a monster. Like it's
Okay.
almost similar to like Moby Dick in
Okay.
a way, where they're chasing after this monster. And like one of the main characters, they basically have this whole lore built up of like how monsters are evil and we should be killing all of them, right? And the main one who's like the red monster, right? That one's been like plaguing, sailors for so long, and then they finally, like, the main character meets the beast, and it's not even like how it was portrayed, right?
So you watched Turning Red, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, compare the animation to that.
To Turning Red.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was I just enjoyed it a lot. And like the animation was clean, the soundtrack was really good.
And the
like,
story was like entertaining.
yeah, like it was almost like you know How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
It was like similar type of vibe.
Okay.
Like how the first one did really good, and then it
Yeah.
could like start like a whole series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one was like a movie I just watched on a whim. Didn't
Yeah.
know what
So you had
it
like no
was.
expectations.
No
or anything.
expectations, and then I was like, damn, this is actually really, and it's a Netflix original movie too.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this shit hit more
Should
than.
have kept that energy for Glass Onion.
Yeah, should have. You know what? I probably would have if I didn't fucking pay for it. You know?
Damn.
I feel like you would have enjoyed it when Netflix released it.
Maybe, bro. Maybe.
All good.
All right, going back to you, bro. Number 8.
Uh,
Oh wait,
I
my
can-
rating. My
yeah,
yeah,
what
what
do
was
you
your
rating?
Tell me your rating.
I mean, I know your rating.
7.6.
Okay, so we're not hitting the 8s yet.
No.
We're not hitting the 8s yet. Okay. I mean, for me, Violent Night was an 8.
Okay.
So, I have Lightyear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, another animated movie.
Okay.
Because Lightyear, like, I mean, I think I did briefly mention it on our mid-year review.
Yeah.
But, like, just thinking about Lightyear, like, obviously, like the animation was nice.
Right.
It ties in with the nostalgia for Toy Story.
Right.
And at no point in the story, like, the pacing was done well. Like, I'm not thinking, like, okay, this is dragging on longer than it should.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, just, like, Buzz's, like, life, it's kind of, like, tragic, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, like, there's a twist at the end where, like, the evil guy, like, from, like, the toys,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like, with, like, the mask. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We know who you're talking about.
That's actually Buzz
Mm-hmm.
from, like, in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because essentially Buzz gets stranded on a planet. And every time he leaves and he's, like, orbiting around, like, a black hole or whatever.
Mhm.
And he's trying to gain enough speed to, like, dip, right?
Mhm.
But every time he does that, he's shaving years off, right?
Yeah.
and he keeps doing that for like a little bit, and it starts like advancing civilization on that planet. Because every time he comes back, he's like noticing other people,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then eventually they have like a whole built up thing, and he's still pushing because he still wants to, strive for that.
Like leave the planet.
Like even
Yeah.
though they've already like built up a whole civilization at that on that planet already.
yeah.
But he's
Like he could have just lived his life peacefully on the planet.
yeah, he
and
could have stopped.
died,
He could have stopped,
and
then
it would have been fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like just so set on like this because he's like the best pilot or whatever, and he's trying to like reach this goal that he has in his head.
Okay.
And like even the co-pilot that he had with him, she's dead. She lived out a full life.
Mhm.
She has a granddaughter, and the granddaughter is the one that's doing some of the stuff with him.
Yeah.
But like then you have the evil invasion of like evil Buzz, but it's kind of like he's confronting himself. He's telling him how like he tried doing the same thing,
Mhm.
Okay.
but like he's kind of talking about how like they like went this way because he was kind of like hurt or like broken after like just like the results of what happened.
No, but
and
like,
then
how was there
Buzz-
2 Buzz Lightyears?
It was just like a thing. It was just messing with like space and time type of thing. I forgot how they explained it now, but it was just
So I feel like that's a huge
he
plot.
he took it. No, because it was kind of like it was kind of like the way time like warped it.
Right.
He ended up coming from the future essentially. Like like I gotta watch it again, but like
yeah.
he basically kind of came from
Because
the
that's a
future
huge plot issue if he's the main antagonist.
for like Toy Story
No, for
or like just in general.
just the movie.
Oh.
If he's the antagonist of the
I
movie,
mean-
and like they don't explain that properly.
It was kind of like
I'm just saying because other movies on that didn't make your top 10 had
Yeah.
better, did not
I
have
mean-
as big as plot holes.
I mean, a lot of these movies have plot holes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Like Black Panther over here. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was like even if that was, I don't even know if that was a plot hole, whatever.
Right.
Because like Keisha's making his army.
Yeah.
Because even in his eyes, he's thinking that he's doing good,
Yeah.
and they're searching for this crystal that Buzz has,
Yeah.
and they're trying to steal it from him. And then Buzz is essentially like he has hope event. Like at one point he's like, nah, like fuck, like whatever. But then he ends up actually having hope, and you're like, this is so fitting of Buzz Lightyear from
Mhm.
like this Toy Story
Right.
like franchise. So
Mhm.
I don't know. It was really cool. I really enjoyed watching it. Like low key, I would buy it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Even
And
if it,
I
even
give
if the
it-
plot hole's that big.
I mean, the rest of the movie was so good.
Yeah. That's
Even with that one little, even if it is a plot hole, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't even be that bad. Yeah. And I don't I'm pretty sure they explained it well.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it like an 8.5, I think too.
Yeah. Okay.
My number 8 slot goes to the Fablemans.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's
yeah.
fair.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I
enjoyed it
like
too.
I like the whole concept of everything that was going on.
Mhm.
Like the whole kid being like the
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
yeah like but
his
like
story being
the
based on-
story, but
Yeah.
like the heart or it was love. Was it love or art?
Yeah.
And it was
Art.
like pick you pick your poison. He
Yeah.
tried to pick both,
Yeah, and it wasn't working.
and it didn't work. Like he
Yeah.
burned like
Yeah.
his family in a
No, that's
way,
true.
right? Like,
That's
or
true.
at least he feels like he did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like I feel so bad for the dad, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
And we have Paul Dano.
Paul
Dano.
Dano.
Nailed it,
Yeah, he did
bro.
kill
did
it.
Such a good
He
job,
did kill
man.
it. Yeah.
Yo, the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, like, cause his best friend is Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah. Piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the piece of shit.
Bernie or
Benny.
Benny.
The
Benny.
piece of shit.
Benny. And I'm like, yo, like, this is such a nice, wholesome guy.
No, you know what's funny
And-
about that? Immediately I was like, this motherfucker sus.
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
Especially-
he
so
was sus.
sus,
He was sus.
bro.
Cause like, especially when his like Paul Dano's wife is
yeah.
like how could you like she was just pushing so hard to like
So
keep
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, nah, like this is kind of weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you got
Whose best
that.
friend is it? Yours or
Yeah,
mine, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like dude, I think it was like the dialogue or just the way it was done was proper.
It was proper.
It was,
It was
so-
proper.
Yeah, cause like
Yeah.
And then
ah,
the whole
okay, cause he's like what's his name? Sammy. He's the one like actually like trying to make films and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah.
But then like the stuff that he's learning and the way he's shooting stuff, they're actually like they're doing that as for like the actual movie too,
Yeah.
like outside of his film. But
Yeah.
you're seeing it done on like an actual like proper stage, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it's done well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Bro, it was so like, bro, you see, you're recording, you're trying to make like a good, funny or
Yeah.
a nice film
Mm-hmm.
of your family trip, and then you look in the background, you see your
Yo.
mom doing some
Yeah.
fuck
dude,
shit.
I saw
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
Did you notice it on the
God.
first take? Like
No, I didn't. I
I
actually
noticed it on
didn't.
the first take. I was looking and I saw them walking because like I was so sussed about their thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
By
no.
the time like they had reached that point, where
Yeah.
and so I was just like peeping. I'm like, okay, and then you see them like holding hands and shit, and you're like, bro, like why are they holding
What the?
hands?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
bro.
he kept replaying it, kept zooming in.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yo,
Like, yo, you saw it the first time,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
her red-handed.
yeah,
And then the whole like that whole ending where he walks into the director's room, like,
yeah.
Mhm.
and it was like, what's on that picture? And it's just literally like where the horizon is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, if it's centered, it's boring. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the film, he's walking away,
And it's the horizon.
and the horizon's
Horizon-
centered.
Yeah.
And then they like
And they move
adjust
it.
it.
They adjust it,
Yeah, I thought it
yeah.
was. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's just a bunch of nice moments.
It's really cool.
I gave this movie 8.5.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's solid.
yeah.
I think like, yeah. I mean,
I mean, I want to speak on it, but I also have it on my top
I
10.
I
Okay,
did
that's
too.
fine.
So
I
I'll
did
speak
too.
on
It's in my
more
top
on it.
10.
Yeah, we
I'll-
will.
I'll
We will.
speak on it more when I
Yeah.
get there. You know. What, number 8, right? Okay, so it's another animated film.
Crazy.
It's called Drifting Home. So
damn, bro,
it's-
animated films got you.
Yo,
For real,
but no,
huh?
You
but
love
thi-
animated
But no,
films.
but this one, like, so it's an animated film about these kids who essentially like they move away from this apartment complex, right?
Yeah.
And they move away from the apartment complex. Like the entire complex gets shut down because I guess some radiation or some shit. And now they live in like new houses, and they all go to school together. And so like one of the main characters, he goes back to the apartment complex to like play there.
Mhm.
And so him and his friends go back and play there, right? And as they play there, there's like this other girl who he used to be friends with.
Yeah.
That like when they used to live there, she was friends with them, and
Mhm.
she's also there as well. Because they go back to the apartment complex, so back to the same apartment that they were in,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And so then as they're there and they're playing on this apartment complex, all of a sudden this apartment complex is now in the middle of the ocean.
It just teleports.
I guess,
Yeah.
right? So now you have all these kids.
Is that a plot hole?
You have all these kids, right? I guess I mean, I'm getting there.
He's
though.
getting there. He's getting
So
I know,
you
I
have
know.
all these kids who like at some point lived on this apartment complex
Yeah.
that are now like stranded, you know, on this like in the middle of the ocean.
Mhm.
They're like trying to figure out how to survive and shit, right?
Yeah.
And as like the story progresses, you kind of like figured out that like a lot of them were not okay with like leaving the apartment complex. Like they still consider that their home,
Mhm.
right? So it's kind of like speaks on like when you gotta let things go, right? But like when is it right to let things go, and like when should you be okay with it, right? Because the main character, his grandpa passed away in like that apartment complex. So then like he always wanted to go there to kind of be like near him and
Mhm.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so then like one of the female characters, she also was like raised by his grandpa, but
Mm.
they're like friends.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's like a whole like conflict and stuff, and like they're trying to figure out how to survive, and it kind of becomes like a survival type thing, like midway through the movie. But then near the end of it, like there's a character there, right, who's part of them, like who's like a friend,
Mhm.
right? But only one girl knows him. The rest of them don't know him,
Yeah.
right? And so then they're like, yo, where did this kid come from? Right? Like none
Mhm.
of us knew him when he was on the apartment complex.
Yeah.
Like where did he come from, right? And it like later on gets revealed that he is actually like the physical embodiment of the apartment complex.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
he was playing with them this entire time.
How does that happen?
And he was like,
What's a plot hole?
That's a plot hole.
bro, it's like a deeper movie, bro.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
like fucking
okay.
Lightyear. All right? Garbage ass movie.
You didn't even watch it. Shut up, bro. What the hell, man? But Lightyear's your guy.
So
dude.
it's like
You
you
got a
know
toy.
okay, like you know how like Japanese culture,
Yeah.
things have like
No, I get it.
spirit?
like it's the spirit.
yeah,
Okay,
okay,
no, I get it.
exactly.
I was just saying that
So-
to just say shit to you.
I so then basically he's slowly like falling apart,
yeah.
and they're trying to like keep him together.
yeah.
but-
yeah.
They're refusing to let go of this apartment complex, right?
Yeah, and they have to like kind
And
of
they
like,
kinda
be
have
at
to-
peace with it.
Yeah, and he's like forcing them to like leave, like no, like don't stay here,
So-
because the as they're on there,
Yeah.
it shows like the apartment complex is like slowly like like cracking,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Okay.
slowly, if they
I
had
get that.
stayed the entire time,
Yeah,
they
they
would
would
have
just died.
they would have died.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then at the end,
How did they teleport though?
so at the end, you find all of them like,
They're just passed out.
It's like that. It's a dream.
I don't know if it's a dream, but they're all like on top of the apartment complex, and their parents come and find them on top of the apartment
So
complex.
They
Yeah.
got drugged.
They just it's like
they just had a fucking sick psychedelic
it's
moment.
like they went it's like they went on Zathura and then came back and like everything's
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
and only the kids know about it.
Yeah, but it was
But
like,
they were-
but the
for
thing
them
is,
it was just
it
all a
was,
dream.
no. But the entire thing was just like them surviving on that like apartment complex in the middle of the ocean
Yeah.
was like
So, like-
was like a metaphor of what was actually happening with them. You know, it's not.
Okay.
It was like
Okay,
a
I
whole.
see, I
You
see.
know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's on Netflix if you guys want to watch it.
Yeah. No wonder it's in
For
your top
free.
10.
for free,
Why?
but you have
Because everything everywhere all at once too.
What?
It's like a similar type of movie.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just I was just feeling emotions when I was watching. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll check it out. What did you
Yeah.
say?
You
it
gotta
was on
let
Netflix?
go.
Huh?
You said it was on Netflix?
Yeah, it's called Drifting
Okay.
Home.
I assumed it'd be like a Disney or something.
No,
like
no,
that.
no. It's like a legit
shit.
animated movie, like
That's cool.
you know,
Like anime.
like anime.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah.
Gotta let go.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I would give it.
I can tell you what you give it.
I think I'm gonna give it a 7.9.
That's what you
You're
give
still
it.
not in your 8s, huh?
Not yet.
Dude, that's what?
Wait, that's not the right list.
It's okay.
Yeah, you did give it a 7.9.
Yeah, it just can't get that 8. It's just not there.
Not there.
Never.
It could low key, but I'm gonna just.
It's just the ending of them just waking up.
Yeah, kind of low.
Yeah, that's kind of hurting.
But again, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because they're pushing the boundaries for like deeper meaning
Right.
and stuff, so it's like not
Yeah.
doesn't take that much away.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like those what ifs with like Harry Potter. Like, what if he just like woke up and he was just in his like in the
the room under
the room
the
underneath the
stairs.
stairs.
Yeah.
And you're just like, man, like shit like that. Just like you're just like sitting there like, man, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
No. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're number 7.
I actually had the Fablemans here.
Number 7.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I put it higher, like, I mean, because with like Avatar and stuff, like I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I feel like if you're somebody who enjoys movies, you
Mhm.
have to enjoy this
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, you do.
100%.
Because it's just like
100%.
just seeing his like his development of like
yeah.
how he did
Yeah,
his
yeah.
how like especially with like movies back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
how he had to like direct and do that shit then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the effort he put in, and then
yeah,
like
yeah.
and then I think that it was like the dialogue, especially like the confrontations he had at like those new schools and places that he went to,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and just like the conversations they were having. It's like it was leaving more to be desired. Like you kept
Mhm.
like you want
100%.
like I wanted more out of the story. Like
Yeah.
like if he made a part 2, like I'd want to watch.
Was
like, I'd wanna
the-
watch, you know?
Was the nice high school bully Jeffrey Dahmer like the actor?
Yo, what? No.
No.
Okay,
no,
it
no.
looked
That- 'cause-
it looked
'cause-
like
'cause-
him,
'cause
no?
that-
Or he
that's-
sounded like him too.
No, that's the
No.
guy from Avengers.
What?
Isn't it?
Avengers?
No, not Avengers. What's that Marvel
Right.
X-Men movie?
Which
Apocalypse.
one?
Apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
Who?
Isn't he the guy that's Quicksilver?
That's the same dude.
That's what I said.
That's Jeffrey Dahmer, my guy.
That's what I said. But it's not that guy. That's what I'm saying. That's
oh,
not
okay,
that
okay,
guy.
okay.
Yeah. I'm saying that's who Jeffrey Dahmer
This
was.
guy's just
okay.
shitting on me.
No, yeah, you're just like, you're like ready to shit
but
on
the
me,
way
bro.
because the way you said
Yeah, the way you
I was
said
trying to
it.
figure
It's not
out. I was
him,
trying
it's
to figure
him.
it out. Yeah.
No,
No,
yeah.
the high school bully was not him.
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of sounded
not-
like him too, bro.
I thought he looked familiar, and
Yeah.
I thought he was the
And-
I thought he was the bully or the guy who likes what's her name, Krista or Crystal from Stranger Things season 4.
I don't know. I don't remember their names.
Did you guys
I
watch
don't-
Stranger
I
Things
did watch.
season 4?
I
You know
just
the
don't
guy who's
Crystal.
like the main antagonist? He's
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
don't know his name.
Like Vecna, the guy who's
Not Vecna, bro. The other guy who's like, yo, they're possessed by demons, and he gets all his like jock boys to pull up on them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
you're talking about. Did you watch it, right?
No.
Chrissy.
Okay, you
It
don't
was
even. Yeah,
Chrissy.
it's Chrissy.
It was
It's
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
But no, I thought it was him,
Okay.
but it's not him.
Yeah, and even so even on that note with the jock, right?
Yeah.
When he did his he shot his film for
Yeah.
after like during prom.
Right.
Yeah.
He like he had his own internal conflict.
Yeah.
And I like the way he presented these like other characters and like they're having their own problems because like
yeah.
again like we're watching like we feel bad for Paul Dano's character.
Yeah.
His wife, we're like fuck her, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But then like one of his daughters starts talking to Sam,
Yeah.
and she's kind of like, "Yo, it's kind of hurting to be with somebody who's so great and who like does
Yeah.
all this."
Yeah.
You know, even
Yeah.
though he's like
I,
at her feet and
Yeah.
loves her so much,
Yeah.
it's still tough to stay with somebody that like, because she could have had that and she didn't.
No, because
Yeah.
she
Right.
doesn't like. Because she doesn't like. She feels like she's not good enough for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but like,
and
and
the
then,
fact that he treats her the way he does
yeah,
makes her even more rattled. Like, yo,
Like,
I shouldn't be with the guy.
she's
who's
just so
beyond
selfish
me.
and like, I guess you could say like weak-willed
yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
And then you even had her uncle from the circus or whatever his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
was,
Yeah. Well,
And-
yeah.
right? And then you had him talk like really show you like she could have actually been that person that like went to like those stages and like sang and like
Mhm.
with the
he don't-
piano and
but
everything.
He talks about his his sister.
no, he's talking about her.
He was talking about her.
He was talking about her
like
when
the
she was
mom.
young.
When
Like she
young,
used to
yeah.
sing like the same thing that she was singing like that
No,
day.
bro.
The
The
piano
uncle,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
uncle is her mom's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
he was
he's
talking about.
he's talking about her as a
I
kid.
saw you talking about his sister.
I thought he was talking about
He's
the-
talking-
No,
he's
and
talking
he was
about her-
saying he's saying she was just like her because she plays the piano, and then it reminds him of her.
No, he was saying that like when she was a little girl, she would always play that piano that she was like the note that like
That she
the
was
song
doing?
that she was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying that like she stunted her own thing. Like she decided not to pursue her art and her
own
love,
art. Yeah.
and that's why like you see it in her like in the movie play out
Yeah,
how
yeah.
like
yeah.
she couldn't let go of Benny and like had
No,
to
no.
'cause,
yeah,
like, there was like she had like an outlet of like for her passion,
yeah.
and like she wasn't getting that with
Mhm.
like Paul Dano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I this movie like I feel like I would put it higher up.
Yeah.
Just like I just really liked it, but like
No, for sure.
it's some like I just recently watched it.
Would you
Yeah.
give it a out of 10?
Like an 8, but I think I can bump it up to an 8.5. It's like it's something I need to sit with a little
Yeah.
bit
Mm-hmm.
because I had
Okay.
just recently seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, we'll talk about it. But at least it's in my
What's-
top 10. Like
yeah.
yeah,
What's your number 7?
That's my number 7. I think I already know what my number 7 is. Avatar: The Way of Water.
Wow.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Wow. And yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Visually amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, we have a review on it, so if you want more detail,
It's
check
on
that out.
YouTube. It's not just on Spotify this time.
Yeah.
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 I enjoyed the movie. I gave it 8.8.
Okay.
8.8, and this is your 7th.
Yeah, they increased pretty high
That's
No, that's
crazy.
fair. That's fair.
cuz
Wow.
cuz
I get
there's
that.
cuz
Especially the top 5.
Yeah.
particularly the top 5, but like there were so many movies like basically from this point on
Yeah.
that I enjoyed so thoroughly
Yeah.
that like they
Yeah.
just got
Yeah.
rated higher than like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably should,
Yeah.
but it's just 'cause of
Okay.
like my like
Yeah.
my own feelings
No,
towards
that's
Yeah.
all
those
good.
movies.
That's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I do want to switch Fablemans with Avatar
So
with my rating because
so-
it's just
my number 7 is Fablemans as well.
yeah. Okay.
But
It was great, man.
what I
Like, it
wanted
was
to
just-
talk
it
about
was
a
though
dope movie.
It
is
was, yeah.
so many times it's trauma for Sammy
Yeah.
Mhm.
that ignites and extinguishes his passion
Yeah.
for film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the initial trauma of the train,
Yeah.
that starts it, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like almost at the peak of his like getting better and better, and then
Yeah.
he films his mom, trauma
Yeah.
again, right?
Mhm.
And there's a
Then-
few times with like
So then he drops off.
and there's resistance with his dad
Yeah.
being like
No,
stop
no.
doing this hobby. Like fuck this
Exactly.
hobby.
So it drops off, right? And then he has the trauma of the bully kicking his ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ignites his, what's it called? Passion again.
Yeah.
Right? So I really like that. And then there was like a scene where they move into their new house
Mhm.
and nothing's being said. It's just music.
Yeah.
And you can fully they fully convey how everyone's feeling
Yeah.
moving into this new house
Oh yeah.
without saying a single
yeah,
word.
and then like they give the news of the divorce and everything, and
Yeah.
everyone like you can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how
yeah.
like they're
No.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
I think yeah, like
And then I really liked that like when him and his mom came to that like conflict.
Yeah.
Or when he realized what his mom was doing and he was having that sort of internal conflict.
Yeah.
He literally shows a war movie
yeah.
where his internal conflict comes to the forefront. Like he's showing
And I,
his
and I
actual
also felt like
conflict.
the way he was talking to that actor about
Yeah.
it too. It was like a lot of the stuff from like
Oh yeah.
his
No,
own-
100%.
His internal
coming-
feelings.
yeah, it was
Exactly.
coming out.
Exactly. And it was dope to see how things were being filmed.
yeah.
Like the cool little explosions, people stepping on like little
and it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't a drag either, because like
no,
sometimes
it wasn't.
you get those movies where they have those production sets
Right.
and they're doing like the Wild West or just some random stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're watching it and you're like, you're just sitting there like, I don't really feel
Like,
anything for this.
It was
Yeah.
also cool because like in that Wild West movie, like we got to see the process behind it.
Yeah,
Because like he
yeah.
had guns and gunshots going off.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he
Yeah.
didn't. There was no like
Yeah,
muzzle
Yeah.
like, flash,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then he like
And he noticed
The
he's
dad
he's
goes like,
it
"Yo,
feels
how-
fake.
he's like
Yeah.
it feels fake. And then
Yeah.
you watch the film, like the finished product, and it has the flashes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Paul Dano's character goes like, "How'd you do that?"
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I just poked a
Poked
hole
holes
in that
in-
bitch."
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
It's
that was
creative, like, it's
fire.
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to see like the way directors
How
go about
creative
it.
they have
'Cause I
to
feel
get.
like,
yeah.
and especially for like movie like I guess casuals and stuff, like they don't really.
Casuals.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they don't get to see that. Like they
yeah.
don't go in
yeah,
depth.
yeah.
Like
no, that's
you
true.
even got to see storyboards,
No, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
We did,
and
yeah.
and like Steven Spielberg actually made those storyboards like himself. Like he drew that out
Yeah, yeah.
and like put that in the movie, and I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I feel like I'd put this higher. I'm not gonna lie.
I
But
also
like
liked,
I don't want to like rush it. Kind of want to sit on it.
I also liked that he like when the whole like divorce scene was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see like there's a shot of him in the mirror.
Yeah.
With his camera
Yeah.
wanting to film this entire interaction.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another thing was like, because the movie set was set in like the 1950s.
Was it?
Yeah, it was set in the 1950s, post World War II, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
And I didn't
Yeah.
realize how anti-Semitic
People were.
People were
Yeah.
post World War II.
That's true.
Because I thought it was like like pre World War II or during
Mhm,
World War
mhm.
II era
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
all that like
Yeah, he was getting a
anti-Semitic
lot of
stuff was
hate.
happening. Yeah, so
That's true. I didn't know that.
Yo, my
Yeah.
man said, "Fuck religion for
Yeah.
a girl."
yo, yeah,
He was like, "Bet Christianity, it is. It is."
Yo,
yeah,
I just find that so
yeah.
weird.
That was
though.
funny, bro. That was
That
so
shit
funny.
It was so
weird,
funny.
too.
Yeah,
At one point, he looks up and he just sees Jesus there. And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do in that situation?
yeah.
Like, you're just like getting it on with this girl, and you look, and there's Jesus just
He's
staring
just
at
staring
you.
at
She's
you.
like, yo,
And
just
you're just like, fuck.
just have the Holy Spirit inside you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, that whole thing was hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, the movie was pretty fun.
It was.
Nice. Like
It
it
was
was,
all-
just, it was just well done.
It was
Yeah,
well
it's-
done.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're number 6. Oh, actually, my rating. Did I give the rating?
No.
I don't remember.
Just give it anyways.
8 out of 10.
I need to check my number 6. 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's where I had it too. 8 out of
Yeah.
10 is. I think I can move it higher, but it's kind of like I kind of want to buy the movie. I feel like like a
Right.
lot of these, like my top 10, like I'd be down to buy these movies.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense.
Oh, makes sense.
What
That
is
makes sense. Avatar 2
Damn.
at my number 6 spot.
Damn.
And I think I can move Fableman's up and move Avatar 2 down.
Yeah.
Cause like, I mean, we already discussed all the problems and how generic it was.
Yeah.
And like it didn't make you feel anything the way like Fableman's
No,
made me
for
feel,
sure, for
at
sure.
least. But like I still like the concept of like I'm like a fantasy and just the fact that he could bring us into that world.
Yeah.
But then there's like Spider and like, you know, the Colonel coming back and staying alive and
Yep.
like
And
like
the
tho-
dragon.
There's like those things that just irk you and you're just like,
Yeah.
man. High key, I think Avatar needs to I gotta really think about that and like move it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Cause like Fableman's Lightyear had no problems with those movies. Like
There's a potential plot
Plot hole
hole.
in
maybe
Lightyear.
maybe that like for some reason. But I mean, even look with Interstellar. You know how he became the ghost.
Yeah.
So if they played it in that way,
In that way, then it's fine. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
nobody knows what happens.
because I'm
when
pretty
you
sure
get into
that's
a
how they
black
did
hole.
it though. Cause I was thinking
Yeah.
about it after you made the comment. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, cause I think they made it where like, cause
He
he's so
went
far in the
into-
future.
He went into the black hole.
I don't know if he went into it, but at one point, like, because he's so far into the future, he gets his troops and he always wanted to come back. And then there's like multiple decades of actual Buzz going like back and forth to like reach max velocity and like dip,
Right.
where eventually they pull up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like eventually his time met that time of him being able to like be there.
So eventually there should be multiples.
Of
Well, he's thought,
Lightyear.
well, I mean, in the movie, like, there's like a crystal and stuff that like gets you to go to hyperdrive and do all that stuff. But I think they break it by the end of the movie.
But then what about all the other
I don't
Lightyears
know.
that had attempted?
I don't know. I
No.
think they might have like died or stopped trying or and like I don't know.
That's a plot hole.
Like I gotta watch, man. You gotta watch it again. I watched this like
Anyways,
half
so
a year ago.
Avatar number 6.
No, I'm gonna switch it.
With
It's
Fablemans?
gonna be like
So what's your
8.
rating?
It's gonna be like 8 or 7.
Okay. So what's
Yeah.
your rating for Avatar?
What's your rating for Avatar?
I think did I give it a 7? What did I get? I think I gave it a 7.
You gave it an 8.
8? Okay.
You
so
also rated Fableman as an 8 though.
okay. So I'd give it a 7.5. Because I can
So now
appreciate.
this is the only one in your top 10 that's below 8, no?
No, Intergalactic was a 7.5, but that was like
Oh,
the
okay.
10th spot.
Okay.
But that's just because I got a
So this is
personal
your
bias.
ninth spot now.
Technically,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just because it's like I enjoyed what like he did,
Yeah.
and like the fantasy part got me, like the
Right.
fact that he could make that whole world,
Right.
and like how connected like family wasn't like it wasn't the 3 hour movie didn't feel like a 3 hour movie,
Yeah.
but it's just the fact that the story was generic and again like doesn't make you think about it after the movie. It's kind of
Mhm.
just like you're, so that kind of ruins it a little
Yeah.
bit, but
What's
we'll
your
see how it is franchise wise.
Number
At
6.
my number 6 slot, I have The Northman.
I didn't watch
I
that.
didn't watch that.
I
yet.
did not watch that.
It was a sick Viking movie, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, Vinland Saga, but live action.
That's hype.
What part of Vinland Saga?
Yo, wait.
Okay, in this movie, like the Northman, like he's a prince.
Yeah.
And like his dad's obviously the king.
Right.
His mom's the queen, right? His dad, like he got not fatally, but he got wounded pretty like badly.
Yeah.
And like he realized that like, yo, it's kind of time for me to maybe pass on the heir.
Mm-hmm.
Puts his kid through like some weird ritual,
Yeah.
which was like pretty cool. You get to see so much like Viking culture,
Okay.
like
yeah,
even more than you see in like Vinland.
Okay. Nice.
And,
so it shows-
um,
it
That's
drives
cool.
it home.
It drives
Yeah.
it home, and then so they do their thing, and then Uncle comes through. Uncle was already a little sus in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Uncle comes through, kills the dad
Damn.
because he wants to be king.
Damn.
And
Is that
he,
Scar?
Would you say it's like low-key some like Shakespearean shit?
Is that Scar?
kinda, like genuinely,
Like Hamlet.
actually kinda. Now that you bring
Yeah.
that up, that's true. Kinda, yeah. And then so kills dad. Kid runs away.
Yeah.
Dad told kid to run away. Kid runs away. He runs away from the
This is
king-
Hamlet, bro. I swear.
kingdom.
Keep going.
He runs away from the kingdom.
Yeah.
We get a time skip. Now he's grown up.
Okay.
And this guy, this whole time, has just been fighting battle
This is
after
Hamlet, my
battle
guy.
after
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah.
Then he comes back to like get the throne or whatever.
Not
no?
really.
No.
The uncle got kicked out, not kicked out, but he got ran out of his own kingdom by another king.
Oh.
Okay.
And now he's just ruling like a small like village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our main character, he hears about like the uncle getting kicked out,
Yeah.
and he brands himself as a slave. Cause he was
Okay.
fighting battles like as a equal
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
He brands himself as one of like his uncle's slaves.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he goes like he's going like he
Damn.
doesn't give a like
he's on that vengeance shit.
Yeah.
vengeance.
This is Thorfinn. Bro.
genuine
Yeah.
vengeance.
This is literally Thorfinn.
And he
bro.
goes and
Yeah.
yo he
That's
like
actually really cool.
so
Batman
convoluted
who?
like
This is vengeance.
this is vengeance.
Yeah. No,
Yo,
for real.
Yeah.
Man.
He gets to the village
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he plays as a slave, and he
yeah.
sees
Yeah.
his mom, so like the uncle made the mom his wife,
Yeah.
and
Wow,
they
what
had
a guy.
they had a kid, so he has a little brother
Mr.
now.
Steal Your Girl, bro.
And then like the uncle already had a kid before,
yeah.
so like he has a cousin and now a little brother,
Yeah.
and like he just plays as a slave,
Mm-hmm.
and like at one point he even saves the little brother's life.
Yeah.
And then like he starts like just increasing everything. He's like intensity
Yeah.
10. He fucking slaughtered a bunch of guys like in the dead of night,
Yeah.
like without anybody knowing. Cuts them up, chops them up in a certain way, and builds and puts them on the wall. So like in like a horse shape.
Bro.
So when these guys, when they find the bodies,
Yeah.
they're just they're pinned up on a wall together
So
and to make
it's,
like a horse.
gruesome.
Damn.
It's
Like,
pretty
violent
gruesome.
and, like,
Damn.
And then
I
he
fuck
just
with it. I fuck
continues
with it.
like
Just
his
hearing it, I
plan,
fuck with it.
Yeah.
and like throughout the story, he finds a girl that he falls in love with, and
Yeah.
she like blah blah blah. The gruesome part, bro. When he was a kid, when he was running away, he like chopped the tip of somebody's nose off,
Yeah.
and he sees the same guy,
Yeah.
and when he kills him, he puts his sword on the nose, and you can see the sword slowly going through his like nose
oh,
through his head.
shit.
Bro, that's crazy.
It was insane.
That's fire.
That's crazy.
That's fire.
And then like the ending is like
Is
this.
this is this on Netflix or anything?
No, it's
on,
not.
I think it's on Crave.
It'll be on Crave like later. I don't think it was on
Dude,
when I
because I heard of Northman, but I never got a chance to actually like
dude.
watch it. You know.
The final act is like the 1v1 versus like uncle and
Yeah.
and the guy, and like the way that they play it into like Viking lore
Yeah.
is so sick. Like
So-
it's kind of tragic because like spoiler alert, we
Yeah.
already said this.
Yeah.
They kind of kill each other in the end,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's just like this. It's like tragic, but at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time, it was a release for him because of Valhalla.
Yeah.
So, like-
I fucked with it.
That's
Yeah.
I
dope.
fucked with that.
That's dope.
Because
That's
it's
dope.
getting a mix of the Viking and Shakespearean
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
like, it's really
it
cool.
was really
And it's different.
like,
it's not actually like Hamlet.
I was
It's
Yeah.
like, I knew that people like rated this movie pretty well,
yeah.
but like I was just like, it'll be like whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
it'll probably just be a ton
I-
of gory shit, and like we'll move on from it. But like I was like, damn, this is
Yeah.
exciting.
Man, I gotta get into more of the Viking stuff because
Yeah,
because I haven't actually watched any Viking stuff, but like I mean, I've seen Vinland, but that's an anime, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
and then like Violent Night got a little bit of the Vikingness in there, or whatever. So like that was kind of cool. So like I feel like that's gonna go like really crazy. And then there's that Netflix series too.
yeah.
Vikings.
Like
Yeah,
so, like
which I
I
heard
said,
is
I said
really-
like I really enjoyed the characters, the culture that they showed. I enjoyed the directing. I thought the directing was really nice. Like the
Yeah.
like there was like these camera pans where like it would be like this extremely wide shot. You wouldn't know like what you're really looking at. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you
Like, where the
you kind of
focus
make
is.
out like the focus,
Yeah.
and like it'd slowly start coming in,
That's dope.
and you'd make out the main
That's
character,
sick.
and then it's on the main character's face.
That's sick.
Like it was really nice. Like and the landscape. I know you love
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and
yeah. I fuck with
Rings of
landscape shots.
Power,
I fuck with that.
landscape was beautiful, bro.
Okay. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Is that a cop? Is that a cop?
I'm OST. I know you love OSTs.
Yeah.
OSTs were going hard, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
hard.
And you're rating this a 9, right?
I gave it 8/8.
Eight
It,
and
it, ti-
eight?
it tied with my Avatar rating.
Okay,
But like
okay.
because I enjoyed it more than Avatar,
Yeah.
I put it higher.
No, that's
Okay,
fair.
okay.
Like, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Number 6.
Yeah.
So my number 6 is Tar.
I didn't watch that.
I
I didn't get a chance.
I
didn't get a
know
chance to
why
watch
it's
it.
in your top 10, but
Yeah.
at number 6,
You watched it, right?
Did you have
Yeah,
it
you
higher?
You watched it. So you
I
guys-
have it higher, yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
so like
Is that
I'll save
good?
like my thoughts for
I
like,
wish
then.
because it's about a composer, right?
Yeah.
something?
So I'll let you say your thoughts and I'll
Yeah, yeah.
pitch in enough
to
like,
like
not-
say
not-
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's about this composer. Her name's Lydia Tarr.
Yep.
And essentially, this movie's like, it's just like a, what's the word?
It starts out as like maybe a drama musical,
Yeah.
and then
it's like a
sudden-
case study almost.
almost a
That's
case
what I want
study.
to say. It's
Yeah,
almost like a
almost
case
a case study.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like a drama, drama musical, but essentially it's the way the movie starts off.
Like a biopic almost.
The way hear what he's about to
Dude,
say.
the way the movie starts off is literally her being interviewed
Yeah.
by like some magazine editor or whatever,
Mhm.
and like that's all you get to know about her. Like
Oh,
the,
throughout the whole movie.
like literally like he just like basically a listing of all of her achievements.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the first person to do X, Y, and Z, right? So she was like the first person to have like a Emmy, a Tony, an Oscar, and like
One other award.
one other one. And
Yeah.
and it's like she's like one of the first
Grammy.
females to have
Yeah.
that. But like of those like having those 4 things, it's like a short list of like maybe 5 people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's one of those 5 people.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
What time
essentially-
was this set in? Like current age?
It
Yeah.
was after COVID,
Okay.
Yeah, it was post-COVID because
It was
they
post-COVID.
they make
They
a
mention
reference-
COVID?
Yeah, they make reference.
and
to
she's like
COVID.
washing the shit out of her hands every like,
Exactly.
so often.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And like, the whole movie's like essentially what it's about. And I know this is why I said you would like this movie.
Yeah.
It's about separating the art
From the artist.
from the artist.
That's cool.
It goes even
And-
further than that, but I'll
Yeah,
talk
it-
about it on
and,
my
and,
on
and
my point.
it goes like further to like obviously about like power.
Yeah.
Like how people are in positions of power and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I wish I'd
Right?
seen
And
it.
so what I really liked about the movie was that she says like they ask her, oh, like in the interview, they're like, oh yeah, what does a conductor even do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, we control time.
Time.
Right?
Yeah.
so
'cause-
she's
'cause
like
when the
we-
audience like
she's
is
like-
lost in like the sauce.
no,
right?
so she's like, bro, we control time. Like I tell them when to start the music
Yeah.
and when other things to kick in.
Yeah.
Right? And so the way the movie progresses, bro,
Yeah.
is like when you look at like an orchestra,
Yeah.
slowly like the violins will kick in, right?
Yeah.
Then slowly something else will kick
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
right? And then as everything starts going at the same time,
Yeah.
it goes from slowly, it ramps up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing with the movie. In the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie, everything's like slow and
Yeah.
like drags,
Yeah.
right? And then as all the pieces start coming in,
Yeah.
it like ramps up
Ramps
a
up.
That's very cool.
lot,
Yeah, yeah.
and quickly.
Quickly.
And the thing is, like, cause it's her, like, cause the movie, when the way the movie starts, she starts at a high point,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes like her descent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And there's a moment when she starts to like almost lose her sanity, almost, like, I guess you could say that. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
like characterize,
yeah.
you know, talk about it,
Yeah.
or like what it is. But at that point, what starts happening is she doesn't control the music's controlling her. So if you actually notice, like, every time like the music would kick in,
Yeah.
then she would do something.
Oh.
Whereas before she was like, I'm the one that controls,
Like a conditioning thing.
no, but it's
Almost.
not like,
Because before she was saying like I control
I
the
control the
music,
music.
I'm the one that tells it to start.
Yeah.
I'm the one that tells
But
it
now
to
Exactly.
end.
now it's telling her to. Yeah.
exactly like, so as she's slowly like
Yeah.
losing herself,
Yeah.
that's what it starts showing. So like,
Okay.
for example, the like metronome scene when she's
Mhm.
like in her,
Yo, and that's like very easy, like for that to happen. I feel
yeah,
like.
yeah. And
It's
the
like
thing-
playing by itself. the
yeah, it's like
metronome.
like the metronome is like playing by
Yeah.
itself, and you could say that's like music as well.
Yeah.
But then I guess at that point is when you first start seeing like she's starting to descend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, yeah, just the music is controlling her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about
That's
in
so
that
cool.
movie.
There is. There genuinely
'Cause
so much.
much. Like, we could have a whole separate
Because
review
I'm
on that
I'm
movie.
about to
Yeah.
bring up some stuff that you haven't touched on.
Yeah.
That like when I get to my tar
Yeah.
and like review,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, I feel like if
Maybe
what
I missed it.
yeah, you definitely missed some stuff.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's like also the thing that I thought was really cool was like how it was directed as well.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
The way it was so dope,
Bro.
bro.
Bro, the scene where she's having the confrontation almost with the student,
Yeah.
it's a one shot. There was no cuts. The camera follows her
Yeah.
throughout the classroom. There was no cut. It
Oh,
was
shit.
a
That's
one shot.
sick. That's
The
sick.
whole
I
time,
like- I
that
enjoy those
whole
scenes. I enjoy
sequence.
those
That's sick. And that's
Yeah.
like right in the beginning.
Yeah,
So like right in the beginning, she has like a, which is basically like,
the
like
the
a
beginning of her descent,
and
almost in
but
a
it's
way.
also like a microcosm of the entire movie.
Yeah, it is.
Because she's like, she basically beefs this person of color,
Yeah.
LGBTQ person of color,
Yeah,
student that she's teaching.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, like why wouldn't you play anything of like of Bach, right?
Bach, because he was
And-
like misogynistic
and-
or something.
And
I don't know.
his
some-
response is
some-
like, oh, he was misogynistic and he did a lot of like fuck
Yeah.
shit. And she's like, so like the artist is different from the art,
Yeah.
right? And essentially, because I haven't even touched on this, but what happens is she gets some allegations thrown against her
yeah,
about stuff that she may or may
Yeah.
have not done,
yeah,
Yeah.
and then those allegations basically cause her to like lose everything,
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah,
and then she like ends up in like this downward
That's
spiral.
crazy.
And then she like, because the thing is, because she was so much like a maestro,
Yeah.
and she
Mhm.
didn't have anything beyond that,
Mhm.
that even when she lost that, she literally had nothing.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
at the end of the movie,
Like nobody wanted to play with her or anything.
no, not even that, but she had nothing more than that. Like she wasn't like, she didn't have
Oh.
other skills
Mhm.
that she
Yeah.
could like, oh yeah, I can just do this or do that.
Yeah.
Right? So she
It
literally,
actually like
like,
ruined her.
in the end of the movie, right, you think like, you think that she's gonna slowly start her climb back up,
Yeah.
right? But it shows her doing this, getting ready for this orchestra in the Philippines. Like she was
Yeah.
in Berlin at the highest point,
Yeah.
and then she ends up going to the Philippines.
I thought she was in Thailand.
I thought maybe Thailand. I thought it was the Philippines. I don't know, but somewhere, I don't know. And she's like doing being a maestro there,
Yeah.
It was
And
for like a video game soundtrack.
bro. She literally pans, and her audience is all just people in like cosplay.
Yeah, it was
Like,
like a
that's
video.
how-
It was like a
that's how,
video
like,
game
That's how much she
soundtrack.
fell.
She fell. Like she was at this point where she was like
Like, yeah.
doing like all
Yeah.
these top people, and then
Yeah.
she fell from grace or
Mhm.
whatever. You know what I mean? But like that's all she knows, right?
Damn.
And like there's, again, when you talk about her like descent, like she went on runs every day,
Yeah,
and her runs, the shot was her running towards the camera.
yeah,
But then as her like descent starts, the shots are from behind her,
Yeah.
as if she's running away from something. Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and there was just one line.
Man, I wish I had seen this.
There's just one line.
That sounds like it would replace my top 5.
Maybe that the only reason it's not in my top 5 is because I'm hella biased.
No, me too. I think my
No,
number
for real.
5th spot
No,
is
for real.
is
No,
there's some
but-
bias on it.
Mine for sure.
The other thing that I wanted to say was at the end, there's like a quote that like music, it's always going towards something,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she was running away from something, not towards something.
Mm.
Yeah, but I guess that's the end. I'll give it a 8.5, even though I know
Yeah.
on there I wrote 8. I'd say 8.5 because it was just like a placeholder.
It's the wrong person.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gave
Dude,
it
I
8.
think.
yeah,
Okay, so touching the top 5 now.
yeah.
I had Smile on my top
What?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it was okay because like I was just looking back. Like, okay, we didn't have too many great horror movies this year,
No, we did not.
and like Smile was something I didn't expect anything of.
Horror, right? Not horrible movies.
No,
'Cause-
horror. I mean, I guess you could say it's like a thriller, scary thriller type of movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it was just, I liked the way like the story was. It made sense. Like, the girls, like the main character is knowledgeable. All of her
Yeah.
decisions make sense,
yeah,
and you're kind of sitting like you're not sitting there like, fuck, like why are you going in that room? Like you know, like
Yeah, yeah, no,
typical
100%,
horror stuff,
100%.
right? Like from a horror standpoint,
Mhm.
it holds up a lot better, because
Yeah.
normally like the writing for horror movies aren't that good,
No, that's true.
right?
Yeah.
So like, and I can definitely like see them doing like a Smile 2, 3, whatever.
Mhm.
Just like,
Mm-hmm.
because it just the way it fall like the smile thing, like somebody passes it on to you,
Yeah.
and it's like this incarnation thing that you see people smiling, and you end up dying within like I think it was 4 days.
Yeah.
You end up dying.
Yeah.
So like, and then like a few people didn't like the ending, but I
Yeah,
still
I didn't like
still
the
enjoyed
ending.
the ending, like, because you had her die at the end still,
Mhm.
like she didn't survive, but the thing is, but you had it pass on to someone, so I really like that because just to set up for another movie.
Another movie. Yeah.
But it was just when it was, because
my
like
my thing was in like the third act, like they like the whole like first 2 acts of this movie is so unique.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's something that we
'Cause it-
haven't really seen from like a horror thriller,
yeah,
like a while or at all, right?
yeah, there's like a creepiness factor to it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're so like it's so ambiguous of what's happening, what like
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And then in the third act, the fucking thing is just a big fucking 7 foot tall, 8 foot
Yeah,
tall
so
monster.
that's the only
Oh.
problem.
And
with
it's
the
just like
movie.
it went from something so unique to something
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
generic, so
Yeah.
fast.
It was
Yeah.
because it was like
Okay.
it's like in your mind, right? So, but it starts like I like the ending because of the way it started fucking with her mind. Because what she
Mhm.
did was like, because she's gonna die in 4 days, right? It's like her last day essentially.
Yeah.
She finds like a cabin in the woods, like I think
Her
where she
old
grew
home,
up, her old house where she grew
yeah.
up. Locks herself in there,
Yeah.
make sure nobody knows where she is, throws
Yeah.
out her phone, everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she's like, now like it's gonna die with me. Because everyone always found somebody else to pass it on to,
Yeah.
and she's like, it's gonna die with me, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then I think it was her old boyfriend or ex or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
follows her and like comes to her, but like she starts tripping out because she thinks like in her mind she thinks she beat the thing,
Yeah.
and she's on her way home, and then she gets into her apartment and she's like, okay, I'm finally safe. But then you see that it's just like the
It's
devil thing playing tricks,
Yeah.
mind tricks with her,
Yeah.
and she's actually still there
Oh, in the cabin.
in the cabin.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And then but it's just not until that guy pulls up where like now when because she died and he witnessed her death, that it got passed on to him.
Yeah.
So like if they only wanted
So-
it to be like a solo, like just Smile
Yeah,
one by itself,
Right.
I can see them like I can understand them just
So-
ending it with her.
So couldn't like that guy just commit suicide?
But he didn't. He wasn't in the same like headspace as her, right? Like
Yeah, but
She was,
had
like,
she
she was, like,
committed
a-
suicide, like it would have been over, right?
There
I guess yeah. Like
Okay.
if he doesn't, like, as long as nobody's around to see it,
Yeah.
then yeah. But it's like people start going crazy, and they like I guess they kind of get compelled to like
Yeah.
survive. Or, like nobody wants to just die.
yeah.
Nobody's like,
true.
So
nobody,
like
let me just take this
there's
and
one
die.
there's one guy in the movie
Yeah.
where like there's a loophole where like if you kill somebody with somebody witnessing you do it,
Yeah.
It extends
you
it.
extend it. But
To somebody
so
else.
you get
You have-
saved.
You have
But
to kill
you have to
someone.
kill someone.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So it's like you're watching her, like it's kind of like I guess you like Mirrors or The Ring,
right.
where
right.
like they're figuring it out
yeah.
as they're going, and you're like, yo, this is going crazy, like this is sick, and like cause like with the Ring, you have the tape. Ever watch the tape? Pass it
Right,
on.
right,
Similar vibe like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like The Ring is like one of my favorite
Mhm,
like horror
mhm,
movies. So like
mhm.
like for me, like just being like a horror movie like
yeah,
fanatic
yeah.
and
No,
stuff,
no,
like
that makes sense.
this was just like a solid movie for me.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So would you rate Smile?
Yeah.
So I give it like a 8.2, I think.
I can double check for you.
No, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's an 8.2.
No, let me double
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you gave
The-
it 8 too.
yeah, 'cause it's like it held up nice, and it's
Yeah.
like for a horror movie standards, I could even push it up to like a 9, 'cause like
yeah.
we haven't seen something like that in like a long time.
Right.
But like objectively, I think 8's like safe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
8.2
Okay.
is safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your number 5?
At my number 5, drum roll please. Elvis.
Number 5.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
Number 5,
bro.
Elvis is at number 5.
Elvis didn't have you hot while you were watching it.
I mean,
What?
what?
I mean, he had all those girls hot.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Elvis is number 5.
Yeah.
He didn't have you.
I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I thought acting was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about this movie already.
Yep.
So
Yeah, not really much to say. That's
Yeah,
true.
like, go sick.
Watch
It
our
was sick.
watch our mid-year.
I mean, it's
review.
fine.
The thing
I'll
is,
talk about it
yeah,
after.
you could, yeah,
That's
all right,
like you don't have to talk.
yeah.
About it.
No, I'll just pitch in when you talk.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
fair.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
Oh wait, my rating for
Yeah.
it is let me just confirm. Let me just confirm at 8.9.
Damn, you can't give it that
Yeah.
0.1,
No,
right?
Yeah.
no,
Right?
I can't.
That's fair.
So my number 5 is Dragon Ball Superhero.
Yo, just
Heat.
leave, man. Just
Heat.
leave.
Heat.
Yo, this guy had Avatar
Bang.
2 as an honorable mention.
Banger.
Yo, Avatar 2
Banger.
as an honorable mention.
Banger.
And then puts Dragon Ball Superhero.
Yeah, it's a fucking banger, bro. A
As a
banger.
top 5.
It's a top 5.
Bro, what is this? It's like a
Now
C.
why?
It's a C-list movie, bro.
Gotan.
Gotan.
That's the only
Gohan.
reason why.
Gotan.
Gotan.
That one thing is the only
Gohan.
reason.
Gohan.
All they did was make his hair bigger and change the color.
Fire.
Damn, bro.
Fire.
That's
I
actually-
The
don't even know what to
more,
I
say.
yo, the
sincerely
more,
apologize.
the more I what? There's no
The more you
apologize.
the more you
Why are
what?
you apologizing, bro? It's
No,
my top
the
10.
more you what?
I don't give a fuck what you guys think.
Yeah, fuck you.
Bro, that just
Yo, the
it
more
puts your top 10 into perspective though.
It does.
It does.
no, it just shows how
does.
biased I am towards Gohan.
And other things.
Yeah. Okay. But no, yeah, like the more I rewatch like the scene, like the final fight scene
Yeah.
with him and Cell Max.
Yeah.
The more I was able to like appreciate how good it was, you know.
I mean, yeah, I mean the animation was like always
Clean.
appreciated.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a story and the
soundtrack was fire too.
it was a story and like the lack of care that really got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it was I'm not
That-
gonna say
that's
like it
okay.
wasn't like it wasn't
Like I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, and
Yeah.
it's like basically it's there because of how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like ask this guy, bro. You turned to me in the movie, and I'm just fucking biggest smile on my
That's
face.
so rad.
Yeah.
That's like the way people enjoyed Film Red. And we sat there
Yeah,
like,
that is true.
the fuck, bro.
But Film Red is not even on.
It's close.
No, it's
It's
not.
close.
Not even
Come on,
close.
bro.
Not even
It's
Just
close.
'cause
Not
Gohan's
even
on that
close.
movie.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not
it has
even
Shanks.
close.
Yeah.
We could make the same
Not
argument.
Yeah,
even
we could.
close.
No,
You
100%
can.
you
You
could.
You can.
Yo, what you
can.
just did there?
You
Put it
can.
right here.
You can't even make the same argument.
We can.
Because Shanks is in the movie for what? 30 seconds?
Sure.
Yeah. Fucking garbage.
Still
ass movie.
Shanks.
Like, what we got though is that's Shanks fan service.
Yeah,
right
we
there.
got to see him
Yeah,
throw a couple hands.
some
This
nice
is
hands,
Conquer
some nice
hockey.
hands.
Barely, bro. He
Some
did like
nice
one
hands.
thing.
I mean, but again, Gohan just did a Kamehameha. Like,
No,
like,
bro. He fucking was fighting the entire movie, bro.
I guess
What do you mean, I guess? Where the fuck's Goten? Nowhere, bitch.
doesn't matter. It's not my top 5 movie.
All good. All good, bro.
What are you rating it out of 10 though?
8.5.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, we already had a review of this, so.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dude. I got no other words for you.
All good.
Yeah.
All right, we can.
Just,
What's your fourth? No, I'm
Um,
kidding. I'm kidding.
I had everything everywhere all at once.
Damn.
Damn.
Really puts your top 10 in perspective.
It puts your top, it puts your top
Yeah.
10 into perspective,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, yeah, it's just
I'm just swapping sides. Oh, last one, I'm like, you motherfucker, you bitch.
I don't know. Like, I watched it again, and like it's nice because you pick up on like this, like the stuff that you like realize afterwards, you pick it up earlier
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
when you watch it the second
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
So it's really nice.
Mhm.
But it's like, besides like that, like the overall message it was sending,
Yeah.
it was kind of like, unless that's like something that like you like, unless that's something that like really hits home with you, like it's not really like that, like.
Bro, there's so many different messages that it's hitting.
Yeah.
That it's sending.
Yeah,
just
and
one.
I appreciate it, but it's just like when I watched the movie itself, like the second time at least, like I found myself on my phone and stuff like a little bit, just 'cause I was just like, I already know what's happening here. I'm just more so watching the parts that like where I want to see like the foreshadowing, or like
yeah.
where it was all leading up, like the little things that like I didn't catch on the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I would want to move it up, but overall enjoyability wasn't like as much as the like my other top, like for my top 3. Even if the message for this was
Yeah.
like a lot better,
Yeah.
my overall enjoyability for the movie wasn't the same.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Would you rate it out of 10?
I think I got like an 8.5, but I could like 8.5.
Do you want me to check for you?
No, I'm pretty sure it's
No, let me
8.5.
check for you. Yeah.
I could maybe do 8.7.
Yeah, you did rate it 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Just and I don't know, that one hot dog thing. It actually creeps me out. That shit weirded me out.
Hilarious.
That was so funny.
Nah, that
So
shit
funny.
felt
it
weird.
was
Like,
weird, but it's
I like
funny.
internally
So funny.
cringed watching that shit. Like where they're just like putting it all in their mouths and shit. Nah,
so
like
funny. That was so funny.
it was like, it's just weird. Like the movie was just
Yeah.
weird, but like shit like that, 'cause it made me like cringe. Like it's like, yeah, like I don't know. Second watch wasn't like as like, it didn't really change anything for the movie for me. Like I
Mhm.
did pick up on like the certain things,
Yeah.
but then like the stuff that I appreciated more like on the first watch, I like that was shit that like I didn't really care for at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
At my number 4 slot, I have Tar.
Damn.
Tar at number
And you
4.
had it at number 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had it
Yeah.
number 6. 2
Um,
spot difference.
yeah, I mean, like you said, all the stuff that you mentioned so far,
Yeah.
great of the movie. I mean, like the directing, of course, you already talked about the
Yeah,
shots that
yeah,
were in
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, so like, when I came in today, I like I immediately looked at you 'cause you
Yeah.
watched it, and I said, yo, this movie broke my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like, let me explain, 'cause I don't
Right,
think
right.
you caught
No.
this.
No. Yeah. Go ahead.
This movie starts out as like I said, a drama musical,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns into a psychological.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
parts of the movie where you're unsure if it was real or
Or-
if it was fake.
100%. 100%. 100%.
That's
Yo.
100%.
I don't know if you noticed this. You remember the red-haired girl?
Yeah.
The one that committed suicide, and like
Yeah.
some of the blame was being pushed on her.
Right. Right.
She's in her house.
Yo.
At the end of the
I
movie.
saw that, bro.
She's in her house
Okay, yo, the
in
scene-
at least two different
okay.
shots.
Okay. I thought I
So-
was tripping out,
So then
but there was one scene, the scene where her.
So this girl's dead.
so
she's dead.
So what was the point of having her commit suicide in terms of like the psychological part?
Because so basically,
Well,
she
It's
got
like this
refused.
person's haunting her.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she got like she basically wanted to join like her.
So she did actually die.
She
Yeah,
did
she
But for
did,
her,
she
for
did.
her, like after
So-
the image
so
of her
Lydia-
there, it's
so
just her haunting.
basically-
or it's like what we're seeing, is that even real?
Exactly.
Because you're genuinely not sure. It starts
Yeah.
It starts hitting this line
of
Yeah.
like you don't
of
know
like,
if it's real
yo,
or
am
not.
I watching like what's? It's like almost like Joker, where you're like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like, did this actually happen, or was this
Yeah.
all in his head?
Because I was
Yeah.
questioning
Yo.
myself. Go ahead.
Because like there, I don't know if this is the exact one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But when the daughter screams for help
Yeah.
and she gets up out of her bed,
You see someone
she's sitting in the corner of the
Yeah.
room.
Bro, I thought I was tripping out. I thought
That's
it was just I
crazy.
thought it was just like clothes that were laying in a certain way.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, was that someone there? Yeah.
And it
yeah, yeah.
it gets even crazier.
Damn.
'Cause the whole time, like her whole life, she's wanted to perform this one song
Yeah.
on stage,
Yeah.
and it's about to happen. That score goes missing.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Almost like it never existed.
Yeah.
So she like thought up the score
Maybe.
or something.
Maybe. And the thing is, at that point, I had thought, because when the score went missing, they hadn't revealed the girl's, like, it was implied that she like, something happened to her, but they hadn't revealed that she had committed suicide.
In the forest,
yeah.
screaming.
The screaming in the forest. Yeah.
We
yeah.
never see what
We
happened.
never see what happens there. Yeah.
That's
There's-
crazy.
Those are
There's-
all things that are happening in her
So
mind.
that's what you mean by
But
broke
we
you,
don't-
huh?
Yeah.
Like it really broke you.
No, cause like I was watching it and I'm
Yeah.
just like, cause I knew that there was like a perspective of this movie where like from what you start at isn't like what
Yeah.
you end at. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
changes your whole
No, 100%,
perspective of how you
100%.
see the film.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I was going into this like psychological
'Cause-
way where like, cause I was watching, I was like, what's happening? Like, what's the purpose of every event that's happening right
yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other like, and then you start thinking about it, and I saw the person like, cause the one in the corner of the room was near the end of the movie,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, hola. I clicked back. I was like, wait, there's a motherfucker in the corner of the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's
yeah.
happening
Sure.
here? And then I started clicking that like, yo, the score went missing. It's
Yeah.
like just these weird things started happening to her that like wouldn't necessarily happen like otherwise, and it was just like it was just so weird.
But the thing
bro.
is, like, because I was kind of feeling that too, but I was waiting for the movie to reveal that.
yeah,
But they never
they
do.
never
They
do.
never reveal that. So
That's
you
kind
don't
of cool.
actually
That's
know.
actually cool that they don't, because
You
they
don't actually
they-
know.
it's there for
don't
people that were
know.
paying
Yeah,
attention.
no, because
but, like,
the
they don't
other
even talk
scene
about
that
it.
I was like that had me questioning it was when she goes to give the bear back
yeah.
to the girl.
Oh, so this
Bro,
scene, so
yeah,
that girl could have never been real,
right?
cause that there's like there's this new girl that shows up
Yeah.
that wants to that joins like the orchestra and like
Yeah, she wants to be like the
the
first.
a solo or like for
Yeah, yeah.
them, right?
yeah.
And she like she after like their like solo practice,
Yeah.
she like drives her home,
Yeah.
and it's in like this almost like abandoned apartment like thing.
Yeah.
And so like she leaves like her like teddy bear,
Yeah.
Mm.
and she's like, "Yo, hey, like girl, like you forgot your
Her
teddy
name was
bear."
Olga.
Olga, you
Olga,
like
yeah,
Olga,
yeah.
Olga, like, and Olga's like she's saying it loud enough to where Olga can hear 100%.
Yeah.
No response.
Yeah.
Olga keeps walking straight. A car drives by it. Olga's gone.
Yeah.
She's not in the front shot anymore. Like I
Yeah.
know they switched shots to like the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
side,
Yeah.
but she's not in the shot like the where
Yeah.
she's walking anymore.
Yeah.
And she goes to like give it, and like she's like it's just like this weird, fucking
So basically,
thing.
it's like they go into this. It's like a apartment building or whatever.
yeah.
Right?
And there's like singing somewhere.
And she like walks in, and you see like there's, it's like literally crackheads were here or some shit.
So
right?
Yeah.
And then she hears like some weird singing.
There's
and
singing.
she's just
Yeah.
yelling.
How
She's
is
like
she-
Olga.
Olga. And then
And-
she finds this like this corridor, and
Yeah.
she starts, and it has stairs, so she
goes
goes
the
down.
stairs. Yeah.
And it's again, it's just like this abandoned ass like thing, and she's like walking through it.
And the entire time I'm thinking like, why?
Yeah,
If
Yeah.
like who would be here and not responding to you, and you're thinking like, no, this is a good idea. For
Yeah.
Me to go into this like
and like how would anybody be able to like
Exactly.
live there?
Exactly.
Because it's not livable,
Yeah.
especially when you see like the girl, like the
Yeah,
girl's
yeah.
like clean, like prim proper,
Yeah.
right? Like she doesn't look like she's homeless,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and so she's walking through this corridor, and you start hearing footsteps behind her, like running by.
Yeah.
You start hearing footsteps running by, and she's getting scared, and she's like turning over, and like there's like this other concept or to the movie. She was always looking over her shoulder
Yeah. she
throughout the
was,
whole
she
movie.
was,
She was
she
always
she was.
paranoid
So she
and
was always
looking over
paranoid.
her shoulder.
She was. You're right.
Okay.
And
Did she have like some type of
no, not
disease,
they never.
like
They
they
never,
never
said
schizophrenia or something
mention.
like that?
They don't
No
mention
nothing.
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah.
And another thing to note, like a thing that could be like something haunting her,
Yeah.
was remember when she gets diagnosed by the doctor, and
Yeah.
like the word was like so close to nostalgia, and she hears it as nostalgia, like it was like something like burn, because like
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
feeling
Right.
burn
Right.
and,
Right.
like,
Right. Right.
nostalgia,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Things
yeah.
are like nostalgic. It's
Yeah,
bringing
no,
her back
and-
to the
and
past.
in that moment, the doctor also says like you're out of tune, or you're like, he says a certain word like
yeah.
you're unsynced or something.
Yeah.
Or you're like bent.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you're out
So
of
I don't know,
weight. And
something,
then
right?
Kind of that's like showing how her shit's changing.
But
yeah.
then back to the corridor, she's like hearing footsteps, and it sounds like, it doesn't sound like an animal.
it's
It
a
sounds like a
person. It's
person,
definitely
like
a
somebody,
person.
like a child or something
He's,
running
like,
behind her.
by. Yeah.
And then she turns around, and there's a really fucking big dog,
Yeah.
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 black dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was like, is this like some like hellhound type of stuff happening? Like what's
Yeah.
happening right now?
Yeah.
Right? It was so random. And this dog, and she starts running, runs up the stairs, boom, hits her head on the ground. Like this is where she gets injured to go get diagnosed by
Okay.
like the
Yeah,
doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you can make an argument at that point, everything kind of changes. Like it starts amplifying, like how you
It
were
does.
saying,
It does.
and like the psychological stuff, it starts amplifying. You start seeing it more,
Yeah.
And like this girl with the red hair, you see her throughout the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
she's always there, and that
She's actually in the very first shot of
First
the
shot.
movie.
yeah,
It's a girl with red hair,
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
and it's
on
just
the
a
back.
back shot.
Yeah.
And like the interview that's happening between them is in the background, and it's out of focus.
yeah.
And then it slowly. So
That's
in my
cool.
head, right, while
Bro,
I was
you
watching,
guys are making me want to watch this movie, man.
Yo,
while I was
Like,
watching it,
that's
I was like, "Yo,
crazy.
does she have like a stalker or like a?"
that's what I thought too.
I thought it was a stalker because one thing I failed to mention was one of the opening scenes of the movie
Is
is
the
a cell
phone.
phone shot, and
Yeah.
you see multiple cell phone shots, and
Yeah.
you don't know whose cell phone it is, but they're like live streaming, like
Yeah.
oh, look at this person, they're doing this dumb shit, and
Yeah.
it's the main character Lydia,
Yeah,
and then later
Oh.
on you realize that it was the girl, like the girl with the red hair,
yeah.
right?
Like-
so we don't actually know if she like I think she was
Mm.
real, but her experiences with her were not real
Do you think that?
Maybe.
Do you think Lydia just thought that like?
because
But
Yeah.
like
Do you
that
think
girl,
Lydia
like
just-
the solo one,
yeah.
like you can make an argument that she was never real in a way. Like any
'Cause
event that happened
happened
with that character
could
was
just
all
be
Yeah.
fake.
Like,
Cause-
it could
cause
be all
that-
fake.
Because then when you go back to it,
Yeah.
like she has this complex. Like maybe she just created this character, like because she had like this thing of
but the
like
power
superiority
yeah,
and power.
Yeah.
Like she does it to like every like female that she comes
Right.
across
But the
almost.
thing
Right?
is,
Even
like,
just
'cause you
being-
see-
And then
yeah.
at the end of the movie, when she's in Thailand,
Yeah. Yeah.
she's like she goes to the masseuse,
Yeah.
and it's a bunch. It's just like it's a
All these-
a fishbowl as they call it,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's all these girls in a similar way an orchestra would be set up in like
Yeah.
tiers,
Yeah.
and it's like which one do you want?
Yeah.
And there's only in like almost like a dream type of way,
Yeah.
only one
One
girl
girl.
looks up
Yeah.
and they lock eyes.
Yeah.
Like there was just so much stuff where you're like, what? Like, is this real? Is this fake?
Because
Yeah.
the thing is, right, like there's the
I like
scene
that.
there's the scene where they're holding auditions
Yeah,
for who's gonna be the soloist,
yeah.
and then all of them like who they decide, and as they walk out they see the red hair girl run. So if the rest of them didn't react to her running, then I would be like, okay.
Wait, when
So she
the red hair girl running?
not the red hair girl.
It was
the Olga.
Olga.
Yeah.
But you could say that like that whole event was in her head.
So
all that?
That-
Even like the rest of the people, all
Yeah.
everything.
To
I
his-
guess that's
to-
even, but that's even
yeah.
more like
to his
you know,
point though, with
Yeah.
like the events of that girl, all of them just being imaginary.
Yeah,
She's the one that was recording with her phone, right? With
Yeah.
a live video.
she was.
So you could say that Lydia, like the main character, just thought like she's the center of attention, and that like
No, because
also this is post COVID
no,
and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
She just thought like something's always recording her, so she always had to like, I don't know, maybe try her best or
No, because
something like
I
that, like
think
something along those lines.
I think Olga was a real person,
Mm-hmm.
but then what Lydia's character was like the way she listened to music, and she says it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
You can like climax to music,
Yeah,
right? Where you like feel music and you feel emotion through music.
yeah,
So I think that she heard her music and she had these like then she made these like fantasies in her head about her.
yeah, that's fair.
It
'Cause,
was
like-
because of the music.
And
Mm-hmm.
You know?
like,
Yeah.
because we made the reference to Joker, the way you guys are explaining this movie,
Yeah.
I feel like this is something that like Joker 2 could actually go into.
Kind of.
Kind of,
something that could have a
kind of.
very similar
But
movie. Like
one thing I
storyline
didn't
like
say
this.
though, the silence in the movie speaks volumes, because the movie is like very heavily musical.
Yeah,
That when there's no music, you're like, yo, what the fuck's going on?
feels weird.
It's like, but it like focuses your attention on
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
one of the like great things about this movie, you know how we're like having this debate of like, was
Right.
she real? Was she?
Was she
wasn't?
not? Yeah.
That's what makes it
So
nice.
much of this movie is just like that. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's how you
It's your
see the
interpretation.
art, the interpretation,
Yeah.
and almost like how you would like how would this person interpret music?
Yeah,
How would
yeah.
this one?
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
because it was kind of like it's kind of
That's cool.
relevant to
That's
like
actually really
how
cool.
like you see artists and they're like they get accused of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
The media spreads it like wildfire,
Yeah,
and then you're like, yo, you're like, oh, is it true? Is it not? Then they do something outrageous,
yeah.
and then you're like, okay,
You
it is
forget
true.
about it.
No,
Or
yo,
right,
No,
or
no,
that.
Another
because
point-
She, for example, like the suicide allegations that were happening with her.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I didn't do anything. But then the media took it as wildfire, right?
yeah,
But then that causes her to spiral, and then she ends up at a breaking point where she attacks the maestro who takes over for her. So then now in the media's eyes, she
She's
did
crazy.
do the suicide,
She's off the
and
shits.
she is like this crazy person. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like she didn't do no PR to like fix it.
yeah.
And another point, that I have to add, like,
Right.
was it all in her head, or like like was the scenario even in like real?
Yeah.
She woke
Remem-
up at the top of her apartment.
No, remember remember the whole like we talked about it, the student like the LGBTQ plus
Right.
one.
Yeah.
She states it herself. That room was a no technology zone.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it like so there was somebody that took a recording on their conversation.
Yeah.
It wasn't that there was just like one recording of that conversation. Multiple different camera angles
of the
from the
recording,
whole auditorium.
Yeah.
They have multiple different camera angles and like it's just stitched in this weird way where like it makes her look bad.
Yeah.
And like you can argue that that was all in her head because that was a no technology zone. And even
Yeah.
if there was like maybe one or two people that brought their cameras in,
Yeah.
what's the chances that like this one person was able to compile all of them,
those.
or
Yeah.
that student even shared that like video, or or how many students could
But I
there
mean, I feel
possibly
like
but I
been?
mean,
you'd have
like,
to watch the movie
you'd
again,
have to
and I feel like
rewatch
I gotta
the
watch the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that's something you'd have to like look at,
yeah,
pick
yeah.
up on again.
Yeah.
I mean, because you were kind of going back and like rewinding a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit, but not like from the beginning to end again, right?
Yeah, because I didn't, because I
And
didn't,
did you do
I
that
didn't
at
know
all?
it was this like psychological
the thing is,
thing.
I rewinded it once.
Yeah.
When she's sleeping, right, and she goes to sleep, and she's like in her bed, but her bed's in a pond in the middle of a jungle,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and there's like a flame,
Yeah.
and you're like, yo,
Were you
what the
tripping? Did I miss a scene?
I was literally like, yo, I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on,
Yeah.
right? Because I was like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And then they don't even talk. They don't even touch on it. She just
Yeah.
wakes up and is like, okay.
But like
Okay.
again, it's like yo, like
Mm.
even like the metronome scene.
Yeah.
It's like, was that even real? Like,
Or was it just in her head?
was it? Because like
Yeah.
because it was just like everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The metronome's at the top. They have a daughter, but the metronome's on like the top shelf,
Yeah.
and it's just playing by itself. And it's like the cabinet's closed.
Yeah.
So like she had to open the cabinet, stop it, then close the cabinet.
Yeah, and she has like multiple instances in the night where
Yeah.
she hears something, gets
It
up,
trips out and
and
then
has
goes
to like
in.
check what it is in
Yeah.
like, the fridge or it's like whatever else.
Yo,
right?
she's like hella paranoid.
Yeah.
yeah.
Paranoid as fuck.
Trust, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great movie.
But would you say that like there's a paranoia to like celebrities or artists in general when you
Yeah.
have like paparazzi and stuff? Like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of them, like, cause not
But,
everyone handles like
her-
fame that well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
and like
Right.
it was the way she like, cause she was like the maestro, right? She controlled everything.
Yeah.
You can see in her conversations with people, it was all her controlling everything.
Mm-hmm.
She
Like,
controlled
she-
the conversation too.
Everything, bro. She was like
Damn.
the power, right? And it was again, it's like speaks to how power gets to your head,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh,
the
okay.
fall from fame and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm definitely gonna watch. That's on my list.
Yeah. Trust.
Definitely gonna watch
Yeah.
that. Kind of wish I did.
Because like particularly
watching the
like now
menu.
that I'm thinking about it, that auditorium one that doesn't make sense. If
Yeah.
it's a no technology zone,
Yeah. Yeah.
like even if there's like the one student where like they just don't give a fuck and they do
Mhm.
bring their camera,
Mhm.
Yeah.
there was like 5 to like 8
No, cause
different camera angles.
Because even when you said right,
And there wasn't even that many people in the auditorium. That means that everybody there essentially was filming.
but even when you said that's true, and even when she's on the plane
Yeah.
and the stewardess is like, "Oh, do you need something else?" And she's like, "Oh, we're just waiting,
Waiting
on
on one more.
We never see anybody else
Get
end
on
up
the plane?
yeah, but then the recording is her on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, no, 'cause then you just see in the next shot the girl's there.
the girl's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trust.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah. I see now why people rated this movie so high.
So
Yeah.
high,
And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's also so good seeing these types of like movies drop, 'cause like we're so used to like superhero movies
Yeah.
and whatnot,
It's
and like
really
you have
nice.
like a movie like Tar that just
Yeah.
come out and it's just like this
Yeah.
crazy movie like,
Yeah.
and it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
It-
like action or anything, like
Nah, yeah.
it's just straight up like
But I can see why like some people it would not be their cup of tea at all.
Yeah.
maybe yeah.
I mean, yeah. Some people are just weird though.
Yeah.
Like, they just
No, it's like it's 'cause it's not like a. Yeah, it's not an action movie or anything, as you
Yeah.
already said. So
yeah.
But even like even Joker, like some people they couldn't digest Joker,
Yeah.
that's true.
right? Like they sat there like, oh no, like I can't sit in this anymore. I'm dipping,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I actually know someone that.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
What you
what
got?
was your
Chief?
top
What was
four?
your rating?
Oh,
for it, though? You didn't hit your rating,
did I
bro.
say? Let me just double.
that's gotta be a
check.
9. That's a 9er.
That's a 9. It is a
That's a
9 out of
That's a
10.
9.
That's a 9er.
What you got your fourth boy?
My number 4 was Elvis.
Okay.
Elvis.
Solid.
Yeah.
Shout
Solid
out.
pick.
Yeah,
Solid
yeah.
pick.
don't really need to explain. Check out our video review.
What would you rate it out of 10 though?
8.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're at our top 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, this is I gotta rearrange a little bit.
Oh,
Wow.
I think
mid podcast.
it's hard, man. It's hard. Like 3 and 2 to me are very like close, and it's kind of like
I already know which ones.
I'll give my 3 and 2, and then I'll talk about like why it's close. Like when I give my second
I have an
one.
idea what
No,
you're
just
going
give your
is.
third. I need.
I know,
I
I'll
need
give
you
my
to
third.
order
I'm
this.
gonna
I need
give
you to
my- I
order
am,
this.
I am,
Don't
I am.
don't.
But I'm saying when I give my second, I'm gonna
Okay.
like I'll explain
Go
why.
ahead.
But I had Top Gun at number 3,
Ooh.
and I gave that a 8.5. But like we gotta watch Top. I've already seen it twice, but
Yeah.
I gotta watch it again. But like
Yeah.
the way that it held up so nicely on the second watch as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I watched it before, and then we watched it again with you, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like it just seems like one of those. It's like one of those movies where like you know what's gonna happen, whatever, but you can always go back and watch it again,
Mhm.
and it holds up nicely. Like
Yeah, the
everything, the
replay
story,
value
the
is
nice.
pacing,
Right.
like the emotional aspect, the jokes, like even the soundtrack was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So it's tough for me to give it like the top, like just a third spot, because I kind of want to give it the second spot, but I think I gave it like a 8.5. No, actually, I'd give it like a 8.9. 8.9. I think
8.9?
I'd give it.
Okay, what's
Yeah,
your
'cause
number?
I think I do need to watch it one more
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You get it 8.5.
Yeah, but I think I
moved
can
it up?
bump it up to 8.9, because again, I need to watch it again, and just the fact that I can, it's one of those things where I wouldn't mind watching it like on a yearly basis or whatever, just to watch it, like just to enjoy it, you know. And plus, like everything like we know from like just what Tom Cruise did,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and like their training and like everything
What's
that kind of adds on to it.
What's your number 3, bro?
At my number 3, I have Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. But
Okay.
I will preface that I've only seen Tar once,
Yeah.
and I watched it today, like as we
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before we recorded this.
And Tar, I only watched once, and I
So-
watched it yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a potential that Tar could crack my top 3
Yeah,
Mhm.
if I sit with it more or watch it one more time.
that's how I feel. That's how I felt with Fablemans, because I watched that earlier today too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that could actually crack my top 5.
yeah.
Mhm.
So,
But now that you're saying
but-
Tar, like that's
but currently
I'll watch it.
I'll keep it with Everything Everywhere All at Once, since that's what I like had originally.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, we know about this movie already. It was a crazy fun story. It was also it had a lot of meaning behind it, emotional, whatever it
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
be. You know, we had like this multiverse thing that like you then also told us in like a different light,
Yeah.
which I know when you get to it you'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a chance to watch the movie again?
No.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But yeah. Again, great movie.
Yeah.
I gave it a 9.5, but like I said, it could change. Like
Well,
with
no,
the
the
set-
rating,
yeah.
the rating,
The
for
rating would stay, but
it's
the-
where its
yeah,
placement
the
is.
placement,
placement,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So my number 3
Top Gun.
is Top Gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. It's super entertaining.
Like, it's so entertaining.
movie.
Like, not what you'd expect out of a sequel to like the
Yeah.
original Top Gun either.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
Yeah.
and like I mean, we did talk about it in our other review, so
Mhm,
I
mhm.
guess we won't go too deep into it.
Mine's 8.9.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Damn. So
Okay. Over to you, Jihad.
so this is where I had Elvis. I
Oh,
know it was
hey.
Wow.
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's, I just really appreciate what Austin Butler did.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I haven't seen anyone go that deep into a character
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
spend that much time and get it so fine tuned
Yeah.
to the level that he did.
Right.
And like, even though like the film itself was entertaining and it was like nice,
Yeah.
and also just being able to like relive or even like, for the first time see what Elvis is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But like, I think it was just his performance alone. It was something that it was like a very like, it was something like I bought the Steelbook,
Mhm.
right? It should be up here. I don't even know why I didn't bring it up here. Shit.
You're hilarious.
like you know, like I bought that shit.
Oh, I
like,
know why.
Why?
I know why it's not up here.
Why?
Because it's not here.
You gave it to your friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
crazy.
What a guy.
Crazy.
Damn, bro. Yeah, dude, like how deep I went with his interview and
Yeah.
everything. Like
Yeah.
his dialect coaches, learning 3 different voices of Elvis.
Yeah.
Like it's just I've never seen anyone do it to that degree. Like we've seen like method actors and stuff,
No, that's true.
but nothing to this level.
Yeah.
And especially like from somebody who's like a Disney kid growing up,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
true.
And then obviously it honestly like it ignited like my love for like I guess Elvis's music
Mm-hmm.
That's
in
true.
general. Like I've downloaded his soundtrack, went through his stuff,
Yep.
like kept what I liked. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I it's deserving of number 2, and like it's iffy with the number 3 spot because like when we watched Elvis again, like it was still entertaining, but I feel like it was kind of hard sitting through it. Like we're just with the
The
sheer
se-
amount of people
yeah.
we had.
Yeah, we had a lot of people.
It was kind of distracting from the movie, but
Yeah.
also because
Yeah.
I'd already
Seen
it,
Yeah.
it didn't hit as hard as like
no, that's true.
Top Gun's second
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like not every movie's meant to be rewatched.
Rewatched. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like so it's tough. Like I'd give that like a 9.19. Like it's there. Like it's so close to Top Gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? Number 2.
At my number 2 spot, I have Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Need I say more?
No.
That's not at all.
That's not at all.
That's not at all, bro.
I gave it
That beat out Tar and
but again, Tar could crack like literally
even top 2.
Yeah.
Even top 2.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I gave it a 9.5 as well.
Yeah.
So like I could literally just bring Tar up to 9.5
Yeah.
with like another watch, but
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
yeah.
Cause like for me, like I gave it an 8.9, but like it's like, were there any problems with it? I didn't see any problems. I could even give it a 9.5, but it's like I need to watch it again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been so
Yeah.
long since I've seen it, and
I just know
don't
that
wanna
like I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Like
I did
there-
too.
there-
Both times.
Never when I was sitting through that was like, yo, I'm kind of bored of what I'm like looking at.
Yeah.
Like I've already seen it once or whatever.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter to me like that, bro.
Exactly.
The action sequences with like the fighter jets were like crazy. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
like I'm
Mhm.
fucking sitting there entertained, bro. Give me
Yeah,
a bag,
no.
It
give me a
was so
large
solid.
bag of popcorn, bro. I'm eating it all. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be that
No.
I'm gonna be so into the movie.
Yeah.
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 Dude, and the other thing is, like, I went into Top Gun initial watch without even seeing the first one,
Same.
and then I watched it. This is the first one, and then we watched it again
Yeah.
the second time,
Yeah.
and then when I watched it the second time, like it's like it added to it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you were like everything I felt the first time watching it was the same thing I felt from the second watch,
For
right?
sure.
Like it didn't
Yeah.
like you didn't need that first film there.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do we have at the number 2 spot over here?
The Batman.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we're gonna get copyrighted raw.
Yeah. Something.
No, that's too close.
Okay.
Too
okay.
close.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Spot. Yeah.
Yeah. So Batman's at my number 2 spot. I'm sure both you guys will go into why you guys like it, because I'm sure that's what's coming up next.
Is
But,
it?
Who knows?
Is it? What if I
Might be
dropped
Glass
it
Onion.
all out? Yeah.
Happy Glass Onion.
all right. But yeah, solid movie, great portrayal of Batman. Everything cinematic. I mean,
Yeah.
we've been over this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The soundtrack, the storyline,
Yeah.
Mhm.
everything was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My rating for it, 9.3.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right.
So yeah, my number 1, the Batman.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm kidding. It's actually Black Adam. Yeah.
Yo,
What?
so that's all we have here today,
What?
guys. Thank you guys for
No,
watching.
So it is, no,
Go
it-
down there, like, comment.
No, so it is the Batman.
Yeah.
And again, like you know, cinematography is great. Like
Phenomenal.
we went like on a full like deep thing. Like
Dive.
like before
Yeah.
this, like Matt Reeves, like I didn't even know about him as a director.
I knew about him.
Like I had to go look, and I'm like, okay, like this guy did Planet of the Apes and stuff, and then I
Yep,
looked like,
yep.
okay, he has like a recurring theme with the way he directs and stuff,
Mhm.
right? But the way that the movie made me want to go look at who this director is, and like actually like, you know, see what other projects he's done and how he does his stuff,
Yeah.
and like, you know, like how like, again, like you know, I bring this up so many times, but like, the level of care.
Yeah.
I fucking dude, because I appreciate people actually appreciating their work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
Like he's not
it's-
just there for a paycheck or anything like
exactly,
that.
and that's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest thing, cause like I want him to actually be fully immersed
Mm-hmm.
and like
Mhm.
loving what he's doing,
Yeah.
and that's what he did, and he did that, and also gave us such a magnificent thing, right? Like,
yeah.
dude,
yeah.
just so nuts, like his casting choices,
Oh, for
Fire.
sure.
like all the acting,
yeah.
the
Amazing.
soundtrack, amazing, like it's just,
Phenomenal.
the comic accuracy,
Crazy.
right? Like
Yeah.
we like it, dude, we don't have anything like nearly as comic accurate as this.
And
like-
you had who's playing Catwoman? Who's
Zoe Kravitz.
and Zoe Kravitz?
You're watching it for the wrong plot. Bro. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just if you guys like if you've seen this and you haven't actually like looked into like the interviews and stuff that they've done for this, like the book he came out with, the book
Yeah.
that or the comic that Paul Dano's Riddler is coming
Yeah.
out with,
Yeah.
like just and the Penguin series,
Right.
and
Penguin
now like
series, yeah.
they got the next Batman movie green
Yeah.
lit, so it's
Yeah.
like so many things are coming from this. Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
wild.
for sure.
What's your rating?
I give it a 9.5.
Okay.
But like I could give it a 9.7, but it's like, you know, like obviously it's like a slow burn.
Yeah.
Right.
So just that slow pacing, it's like unless you're like a comic fan or Batman fan, like you
Yeah.
probably might not appreciate it the same
For
way.
sure.
Right.
I can
So
definitely see
I
that.
think like the 9.5 is just like the limit of what
Yeah.
what I'm putting
Okay.
for my movies. I don't think anything's like really a 10.
Your
Yeah.
top one.
Wow. Spoiler alert. It's the Batman. Yeah, no, you already mentioned like basically everything. It was great. Like you even like not just Matt Reeves, like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Like his acting with everything
Phenomenal.
that he's like the script that he was given, the acting that he like, you know.
Yo, and people
Performed.
were shitting on his Batman portrayal or Bruce Wayne and
No,
stuff. And
I
you're just like,
mean,
man, like
It's a early Bruce Wayne like if they finish this trilogy and that's the Bruce Wayne that like we have for like the rest of like the trilogy, understandable
Yeah.
argument.
that's true.
But it's a first movie, it's a early Batman. We literally only spent a week's worth of time with him.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he's not gonna have fucking that much character development.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like the only character development that you like was major was the vengeance thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in
Yeah,
terms
true.
of Bruce Wayne, like that wasn't the focus, right? Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne wasn't the focus. It was the Batman,
Yeah.
and like he spent like 90% of the movie in the suit.
Yeah.
So
Bro,
That's true.
The opening shot.
phenomenal.
Every
Amazing.
And, like-
every
Yeah.
shot
Like
was phenomenal.
on
Bro,
going on Robert Pattinson, like his eye acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't even touch. Yeah, I
dude,
didn't,
it
there's so
was
many
so
things.
great.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
so
you guys gotta-
beautiful.
You guys gotta like look into this stuff.
The
like,
cinematography,
even
were, like,
those
it has one of the best car chase scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
even those moments where he's in the dark
Yeah.
and like you don't notice it when you're watching it, but if you like people have like zoomed in and like light like brighten the screen
Yeah.
and you can see him lurking and just like watching before he jumps through that window.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like there's so many things, like little things like that, where like with Riddler being in that sniper shot, like setting up his thing earlier in the movie.
Yeah, you could already see
the
him there, like
apartment,
he was
right?
scouting
Like
and
just
shit.
those little
Yeah.
things.
Little
man.
things,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
phenomenal movie. I rated it a 9.7,
9.7.
a 9.7, and
That's
like
fair. That's,
I
yeah.
had to-
I was gonna say
Yeah.
9.7,
because
but
I
9.5 is like it's because of that slow pacing. a little
I
bit,
matched
but
it with my Dark Knight score,
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
only reason I did that was for one, the guys. I said it in like my mid-year review as well. I'm a fucking major Batman fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's
Uh,
Dark Knight downloaded on his phone
to
to watch when he's at the doctor's office
For real,
the-
I do.
for the 20-30 minutes that he waits. This man just pulls it out.
I enjoyed this movie so much. I made a fucking custom figure. Like, I
yeah,
went-
no, I know.
I've rewatched this movie so many times. The only difference between The Dark Knight and this movie to me is just Heath Ledger.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only difference.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, phenomenal movie is the Batman. Like, wow, I can't wait for like the sequel,
Yeah.
the TV series, like everything,
Everything. Everything
anything.
connected to Matt Reeves.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
And like you know, like he even gave us a deleted scene to this movie, like the
Yeah,
Joker
he did-
one,
yeah.
and like
that whole interactive aspect.
it was a deleted scene, and that whole scene went hard. The
It
interaction
did.
that they
It
had
did.
together,
It did.
Like,
yeah.
so crazy.
like
What was
even
his? Barry Cohen, right? That was his name.
yeah,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
like
Joker.
like even when
Yeah.
you think about like the interaction that we get between the Batman and the Riddler when the
Yeah.
Riddler's locked up, and that's the first time they're meeting like
actually,
eye to
like
eye.
actually, yeah,
Mhm.
actually having a conversation.
and
And you can see like he idolized him, and it's like a
Yeah,
whole different thing. And,
and,
he's
like,
like he's
yeah.
low
You,
key
the
like
eye acting that like Robert
No.
Pattinson's giving in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
moment, and
no,
then
I
like
think the eye acting's a big thing.
so big,
Because like
he's wearing a
and
mask.
and it
It's-
might not be something you pick up on the first watch, but it's like like there's so much emotion
yeah,
that like you can't convey because you're wearing a mask, and that's
Yeah.
why like Spider-Man has like the CGI like stuff, and he
Right.
yeah,
to showcase his like emotions a little bit better,
Mhm.
right?
And
Yeah.
you see other superheroes like take off their mask all the
Or
time.
just
Yeah,
take it
and
all,
the thing with
yeah.
someone like Batman, like with Spider-Man, at least his body language is so like with Andrew
It's-
Garfield's
it's
Spider-Man.
animated. It
It's
was, like, really
animated, very
animated.
animated. So like you can tell how he's feeling. He's energetic.
yeah, yeah,
But the
Yeah.
Batman's not that type of character.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
like
so
really
he has to
low-key.
convey all that in
Yeah,
just
through
his eyes.
Yeah.
So
And Robert
it's-
Pattinson did a phenomenal job of
100%,
that.
he
And
killed
like
it.
like Paul Dano on that note, like that whole sequence between them interacting, like their chemistry on screen was so good.
Yeah.
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 Like
yeah.
you, even Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson's chemistry on screen, like I know some people thought like it wasn't like the best.
Mhm.
I thought it was good.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like of course, you know, we can go to Colin Farrell's Penguin.
amazing.
Amazing. And his interaction with like anybody on screen
Yeah.
was
Yo, and
fucking
even the
hilarious.
fact that it's him playing Penguin, like with all that
Yeah.
makeup and shit that he had to do, holy fuck,
Bro,
man.
even
Doesn't
you
even
guys
look
didn't
like
talk about
him.
Falcone.
Falcone.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
killed
Like
it, bro.
he killed it. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people were like, "Yo, that's a Transformers, dude."
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing for me where it kind of like it was hard because like I've seen the second Transform. I've seen the Transformers movie so many times.
Yeah.
You gotta
Where like
watch.
that's the dude I see. So like
Yeah.
seeing him in a different light was kind of hard for me.
yeah.
But like, you know, I had to like come to terms with that and just be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, like
Yeah, yeah.
you know, he actually played it right.
Does a great job,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Everybody did a good job, man. I really believe that if this movie didn't have like I think it was a 45-day window,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this could have reached $1 billion.
Yeah, yo,
Mm.
that's the thing. Like, it was one of the shorter releases in
It was a
in
40.
was.
It was a.
Cineplex
It
or
was a.
whatever.
It was a 45-day window,
Yeah.
and then they announced it even earlier
for HBO.
that it was going to be on HBO
and
Max.
that, and that hurts.
And
the
you
sales.
can no, because you could genuinely track the like the drops.
Yeah.
It had when it was announced that it was coming on HBO like in the 45-day after the 45-day window,
Yeah.
it dropped major.
Yeah.
Because people are like,
Because
"Oh,
even
well,
like
coming
I
out."
mean like Warner Bros kind of fucked that just in general because like
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
have
but,
this
like-
you have this movie that's 3 hours long and people are already kind of like, okay, if I'm gonna watch this movie, I need to actually have like like available time for this movie.
Yeah.
Right. So they're kind of like waiting to see like what weekend fits for this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then they're dropping like, oh, it's gonna be on HBO Max. Now they're like, okay, why would I even watch it?
Yeah,
and pay
yeah.
money for it.
Stream
And
it.
like
I'll quickly just do like a 1 month free
Free trial.
membership
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And
but
watch
like
it, right?
but like on the HBO note, like maybe they already saw that like the Batman was already a success and they just said whatever, let's just throw it on HBO Max
Yeah.
and try to pump streams there because it was HBO Max's most streamed movie of
Yeah.
2022.
Oh, okay. Down.
So like they knew what they were doing
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the most part
Yeah,
yeah.
in that
Yeah.
sense.
Mhm.
With the Black
I mean,
Adam,
it,
I'm not sure.
it drove a lot of subscriptions.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
it
sure,
did.
yeah.
It did.
So like, I mean, they made money in another way, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's not showing up as box office
No, it's
sales,
Oh,
not.
of course,
which
yeah.
is like they still made like a profit off that.
They did,
right?
yeah, they did. That movie was profitable for
Yeah.
them. At number 1,
So my number one is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
of
Yes, it
course.
is. Of course it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Still,
Okay.
that was
Still.
number.
And
That was
go-
number
go a little-
one. That was number one at mid-year.
Mid-year
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
The same with
Well, I
same
mean,
with us a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, it
Batman was number one.
Yeah,
Which is kind of like, dude, we got
but
phenomenal.
like my top 5 shifted.
Yeah, top 5 shifted a little bit for me too. I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had
So,
yeah. I mean,
I
continue your
mean,
thing.
yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, amazing movie in like indie studio.
Yep.
The
A24.
acting was amazing. The storyline was so well done.
For
The
sure.
cinematography after you even like, because I looked into it after we had talked about the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie was shot during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the scenes where Raymond, like the husband,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and the main the mother Evelyn,
Yep.
are acting with each other.
Yep.
They're not in the same room.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, like they were shot in different areas
Oh.
and then spliced together to make it look like they're in the same room.
Yeah.
Sick.
So like there's like the scene where she like jumps from one, like one Evelyn to another Evelyn,
Yeah.
and they're sitting in a car,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
it's Evelyn and Raymond,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? That scene, they're-
Yeah. They both weren't in that.
both weren't
yeah.
there.
Okay.
and then
Crazy.
something like comes and grabs her,
Yeah.
right, and it like pulls her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it was a whole thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy
That's
that
cool.
they actually
So-
had to do that.
I'm gonna ask you to go into it because you're the one that explained it.
Yeah.
Can you go into like that? What you brought to light to us in the mid-year?
Themes.
Right.
Themes.
So
all the different messages
so
they had.
essentially,
Yeah.
and the reason why I rate this movie so high and why it's my number one movie
change of pose. Change of pose. All
is
right.
because
I gotta do it too. I'm so invested in
is
this.
because the one of the things that the movie like portrays or like tries to show very well is like the idea of the pursuit of happiness,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So in this like movie, Evelyn jumps from one version of herself to another version of herself, right?
Yeah.
And when she jumps to this other version of herself who's like a movie actress, right?
Yep.
That version who was a movie actress always wanted to have a family
Mm-hmm.
that she had
Yeah.
and she dreamt of, but she never had that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Because
you-
she ditched the guy, right?
she ditched the guy and she pursued on her career.
She's like taking it for granted.
Yeah.
No,
E- each
In a way.
version of
each
herself.
version, but each
is-
version of herself did something different
Yeah.
that she didn't do or she had aspired to do. Like,
Like it was like some type
Basically-
of regret though.
but it's basically like every single person has that where they're like, oh, I should have done this or I should have
Yeah.
done that, right?
Mhm.
But what the movie kind of says is like, even though you had all these what ifs of I should have done this and I should have done that,
Mhm.
where you're at right now is
Yeah.
where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's like
And
you
I
appreciate
feel
what
like
you have.
and I feel like that sits with everyone anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be a comic book fan. You don't have to be
That's
like
true.
any sort of fan of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just go into this movie and appreciate that.
Like everyone
sure.
can
But-
everyone can enjoy this movie.
The thing that I had brought to light
Yeah.
was in the movie, the villain is her daughter,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? Like Jobu Tapaki
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
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 And she's chasing her through this multiverse
Yeah.
Yep.
and she's trying to like defeat them, right? And at
Mhm.
the end of the movie, she's going towards the circle.
The bagel.
The
The
bagel.
bagel.
The everything
bagel.
everything bagel.
Yeah.
Right? And so essentially what actually is happening is this is Evelyn's own psychosis
Yeah.
of coming to terms of like her daughter's trying to commit suicide.
Mhm.
So none of the events of her going from one universe to another
Yeah.
multiverse
Really happened.
even happen.
Yeah.
And they actually show that in
Yeah.
the movie because nothing going through everything that happens,
Yeah.
none of it changes anything that
None of
happens
it's
at
actually
the end.
real.
Yeah. So it's actually what happened in her own mind and how she's experiencing and processing her daughter's attempt
Yeah.
to commit suicide because
Yeah.
she's not being accepted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's how she was viewing her as a villain,
Yeah.
right? So
Because she thinks of it as like a shame on the family as well.
I mean, I guess. But like the thing is she's coming to terms with this thing and it's like
Yeah.
you would much rather just accept your daughter than not have your daughter at all, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
the other thing you mentioned was also how like everyone, even in those universes, were just people that are in her life
yeah.
on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she like
yeah.
to further show that like she
Exactly.
created this out of her head. Like,
Exactly. They were all just different people in her life. That
Yeah.
she was
And then like the other thing was like the husband, like he how he chooses to be the way he is
yeah.
to just give like a little bit of happiness and like laughter
yeah.
just for like for
Just
her,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And she doesn't, and she didn't appreciate that.
She didn't.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, and like the fight choreography was so good too.
But like that
Yeah,
was really
was-
when it was like holy fuck. When because like initially you're just thinking, oh, it's just a multiverse movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you say it like that, like it was
Yeah.
like psychosis.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, what the holy fuck?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
added so
yeah.
many layers to the
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
But like on my second watch for the
Yeah.
movie, it was those fight scenes specifically where I
Mhm.
was like, I'm okay not watching this. That and it was those times where I was like
yeah.
on my phone a little bit more, or just like sitting there like, okay, like I'm just like, cause I'm just like, okay, like I'm watching it and I'm like, yo, like I'm waiting for like the reactions of like the, you know, with who I'm watching it with.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, like let me see, like, you know, and then like even at the end I'm like, oh, like did you like pick up on like this at the end?
Yeah.
And then like, 'cause, like it's not something you can pick, like it's
You
hard
know,
to pick up.
it's hard, yeah.
It's hard to pick up, and then I explained it, and then
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's like a oh shit moment.
Yeah,
like,
it's
it
a
was
shit
like,
moment.
yeah.
It is a
is,
shit
yeah.
moment.
And the thing
So
is, I was looking for that in Tar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when because I picked that up
Mhm.
on that movie, right?
yeah,
So I was like, okay, in Tar, I want to see where I can like the deeper meaning or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
But again, I literally watched it like last night,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then we just are doing the pod right now.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
I kind of had to like.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. But even that one, even Everything Everywhere Once, I had watched it the night before we recorded the pod.
Yeah.
So
No,
But
yeah.
yeah.
So I would rate it a 9.5.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
because
mean-
I feel like it's a movie again everyone should watch.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even
Yeah.
like that's how I feel about like Fablemans too. Like
Yeah.
it's like something like if you're like somebody who watches movies, like
Like
this
if
is something
you're-
like it's
yeah.
worth watching.
But
in that
even if you
sense.
don't like, because Fablemans, it's even more so if you watch movies. But Everything Everywhere, even if you
It doesn't
don't
even
watch
matter.
movies,
Yeah,
it doesn't
Yeah.
even
It doesn't
matter.
even
bro.
Just go
matter.
watch it.
There's
Just
a
go
message
watch it.
that
Like
it
any
sends.
person you are,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
watch this movie and you kind of
And-
appreciate it.
and that makes sense why it would be top, like to even be top one compared to like
Yeah.
the Batman and stuff. But like
Yeah.
that's like our own personal.
No,
like,
That's
it is.
our-
It
yeah,
is.
our
like
It
comic
is.
bias
It
and
is.
stuff,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
But like for general
audience.
audience,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Yeah, no, because like when you
definitely.
do consider like even like our top like at least my top, like you know,
Six.
we have Top Gun, Batman, like I
Elvis.
could Elvis, like those could technically draw up. I could put like
Tar above all of
Tar,
them.
like if I watched it again, like I just
Yeah.
thought Tar was just
Yeah.
like that phenomenal.
Yeah.
Tar
yeah,
could be my
that's
number
true.
one spot.
It's
Yeah.
it's so tough, and like maybe
But as a Batman fan,
I had
like,
to.
That's what
Yeah.
I had to.
yeah,
That's what I
same
mean.
thing.
So I don't
it just-
like. I would never see Tar beating Batman for you though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Of
it
course.
would just be like Batman and Tar.
I
probably.
could see, like, I haven't seen it yet, but I
But, like,
could see Tar scratching my top.
Tar was one of
easy.
those movies where like I got done watching it and I was like processing everything. I was like walking around my house before
Yeah.
I was coming here,
Yeah.
and I was walking around my house like collecting everything I needed, and I was just like thinking about it, processing it. My sister comes over, and I'm like, "Yo, I just watched a movie that broke my brain.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it." She said, "What's it called?" I was like, "It's called Tar."
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get people on it now.
Yeah. That was like that was
Dude,
bro. That was me
I
with
think-
Everything Everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, everyone needs to watch this movie. Like,
Yeah.
watch this movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Yeah.
think okay, even just looking at our top 10,
Yeah.
each one of those is like solid movies for people to watch. I feel
For
like,
sure,
Yeah.
100%.
in some way or form. Like
Mhm.
it's like they have something to it that's either unique to that movie or
Yeah.
like something you can appreciate out of that movie.
Yeah.
100%.
Like yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
it's worth watching.
Yeah.
Even like 'cause you had Nope in your top 10, right?
Yeah.
And even Nope is one of those, like, even though I didn't have it in my top 10, it's one of those
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Fuck,
mean, it
this-
was.
Dude, this year was crazy.
It
for
was. It
movies.
was a great year for
And there was
movies.
movies that we didn't even watch.
There
were so
are.
many movies
There
that I
are.
watched. Like,
So
I w-
we didn't hit everything that we could have
Yeah,
potentially hit.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's a movie called The Whale that I wanted to touch. And
Yeah.
we didn't
Yeah.
get there.
We didn't get we didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
It was a really busy time.
Mm-hmm.
Incantation. I think it was like a Korean horror movie.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I mentioned it in our mid-year review, but like
is
it,
it-
it wasn't good enough to scratch top 10 and stuff.
Okay.
But it was a horror movie, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's still a solid movie.
There's a Korean movie I just watched. Decision to Leave.
Yeah.
And
Honorable mention.
yeah, I mean, okay. So it's like a murder mystery movie,
Yeah.
essentially,
I think I know what you're talking about.
right?
I think I
And
know what you're talking about.
essentially, him and his wife live in like this remote town, and he gets a job. He becomes like a commissioner or something, or tied detective in like another town, in like Busan or something.
Okay.
So he dips there and goes there, and him and his wife are like, "Yo, we shouldn't like drift apart from each other because people are saying they're gonna drift apart." And so he goes and he like looks. He's doing this murder or this suicide of this guy who fell from rock climbing, and so his wife is like number one suspect.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what movie you're talking
You know what
about.
movie I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
watch it?
I haven't seen it, but I heard it was really good.
Is it good?
So
Give us your rating.
I let me. Do you want me to talk about it? Or you don't want me to talk
No,
about it?
like just I mean, if you want to do like a quick summary of it, but like
Okay, so the direction is really good.
Yeah.
The way it's shot is very, very well done. Because there's
Yeah.
some shots that you see and you're like, damn, that's really cool. So, do you want me to say what that is or no?
I don't know.
not really.
Okay.
All right.
I would say yeah, just
Alright.
give your thoughts on it. Don't spoil the movie.
Okay, so the shots
Don't
and the
spoil the
direction is
movie.
really good. But I feel like it could have been a better movie,
Okay.
right? Like, I think it's like a. When I watched it, I was like, that's like a 7.7 movie.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's still
Is
pretty
it
good.
is it English dub?
No, it's fully Korean.
Okay.
So you need to read
Like read the
subtitles.
subtitles.
Yeah.
Do you think that impacted the way you watched it
No,
a little bit? No.
no, because I watch.
Anime.
I know,
Yeah.
but still, like it's certain things. Like were you were you looking at like the way like I guess their acting was with their voices and stuff and like
Yeah, like the thing that was really cool about the movie though was one of the main characters. She's half Chinese, half Korean.
Okay.
So she when she can't convey things,
Yeah.
she switches to her native tongue, which is Chinese.
that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like if she's like distraught.
not distraught, but when she wants to like express herself,
Yeah.
she'll say
Like
it
she
in-
doesn't know the words.
So she
in that
says it in
language.
Chinese
That makes complete sense.
or Cantonese Mandarin.
Yeah.
And then she like translates it to Korean.
Mm.
Okay.
Like she'll get like a talking in like Google Translate and it'll just speak whatever she's saying. That
That's
way
cool. That is
they
cool.
know. Yeah, yeah.
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 I mean, I think that's all that we have.
Yep.
It's not even a thing.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
that we have. That was our honourable mentions and our top 10 lists
Yeah, for
for
2020.
2020,
2020.
2022.
2022.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys liked our top 10s. or,
Yeah,
you
I think
know.
even our honor, like just all the movies I think we talked about.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the movies that we have particularly in our top 10,
Yeah.
go watch
worth
them.
watching.
Go
They're
watch 'em.
all worth
100%.
watching. They
Worth
all have they
watching.
all hold some sort of value.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, Lightyear's probably like obviously if you've seen Toy Story, you care about it more.
yeah.
But again, it's like what is it like Pixar or whatever,
Yeah.
DreamWorks
Yeah.
or something. So
One of them.
yeah, like so like you know it's like animated well,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
even like Turning Red, like there's if you have kids and stuff, like it's worth
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to show them because you can't show them everything everywhere all at once
Because
because you have them fighting with
Fuck it,
dildos and
dude.
shit. You know, you got it's a little bit too much for kids.
Depends.
Depends.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, my kids are not coming over to your house.
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. No. Go watch the movies. Like for example, Tar. Go watch that
Yeah.
shit. It was
Yeah,
good.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that shit. Instantly. I'll probably watch it tomorrow, man.
Yeah. You let us know how you feel
Tonight.
about it.
Maybe actually, yeah, might just do it tonight.
Yeah.
I
Let us know how
actually
you
will.
feel about that.
Yeah.
That's all that we have for you guys. Go down there, hit like, go down there,
Yeah.
comment. Let us know what your guys' top 10. Let us know what your
Yeah,
guys'
yeah.
favorite movies of 2022, whether it's in the top 10 format or just in a list. Let us know what you guys thought about our top 10. And yeah,
And if we've missed a movie that you think deserves a top 10 spot, let us know.
100%.
Yeah.
And we can, if it's really that good, maybe we do like a solo review of it.
Yeah,
Maybe we do.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Put recommendations down there. We'll do solo
100%.
reviews.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit subscribe, hit the bell notifications. And that's all that we have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Peace.